rules. Member, League of Legends, plays League of Legends, NA. Ahri, Lux, or Swain, open to suggestions as I really don't know what I'm doing anymore. To play Better League, you have to accept yourself. Herbalife ads video. Oh no. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Not too much. All right. So yeah, looking at the Fiverr page, and again, so this is recorded. This is on stream.
Okay.
And then once it gets done, once I'm done with stream for the day, I will. It'll take me a little bit, but I will pull the VOD down. I'll clip it, and then I will post the video portion for you up to YouTube. And then I can post it. If you prefer, I could post it privately and just send you the link. That way, it's only visible to you, so that you can review the session as much as you want.
Yeah, no, I mean you can post to public. It's not a big deal.
Okay. So you are a silver/gold range mid lane player,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
roughly.
it looks like you've been playing a bunch of different things. You did say specifically Ahri, Lux, or Swain, though you said you're open to trying some other stuff out. I see in your match history you've got like a lot of Vi, you've got a lot of Ivern, there's some Brand, some Jax, some Akali. It looks like you're just playing a little bit of everything. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean like that's kind of been my problem though. I don't know. Like I'll play like 20 games straight of a champion and then I'll just kind of get bored and then I don't know. I've always played Ahri though. It's kind of like I think it's my highest champ mastery by like a long shot.
hmm,
And so that's just kind of like I don't know. Haven't played much of it this season, but I've been getting back into it. Lich Bane felt pretty good, so I've been.
okay. Yeah, I don't think somebody has really cracked the code on Ahri yet this season. From what I've seen, at least the last couple patches, she's been one of the least impressive mid laners. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Definitely, like something that I tell most people that have this problem is like something in the game is something you enjoy doing. Like realistically, there is something in this game that you do want to do that you do enjoy doing. It's really important that you figure out what that is, and then you just do that because it's going to make this game much easier to improve at and to be good at if you focus on playing what you enjoy because you need to do a lot of reps of one thing.
For sure, for sure.
Because there's just a lot of shit that's moving around in the game. Like the game has a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of like, even if the game was perfectly static, there were no patches, there were no changes. There are still an just ridiculous number of variables. What champions are on your team? What champions are on their team? What objectives spawn? Who has pressure when? Who is fed in what comp? A ridiculous set of permutations of all those variables. So if you're changing your champion around too much and you're playing too many different playstyles, it can help you learn how each of those playstyles work and help you understand the vision of those playstyles, but it will gatekeep you from improving and from climbing and being consistent because like you every time you switch champions you have to kind of relearn them to some limited degree. Like you have to get back into the zone on that champion. So I would highly recommend that you try to figure out what it is that you want to do and just really do that. Even if it's something that's horribly suboptimal. Okay, there's a Skarner OTP in like Midmaster and NA called FaceCheck Skarner. I think he's gone as high as like Grandmaster and he goes as low as Diamond. but he just like jumps in. In most of the games, he just builds full move speed Skarner jungle, and then like every other game, he will just build a completely new build for no reason, totally different runes, totally different items, and that's apparently what gets that's apparently what he enjoys. That's what he likes to do. And even though it's a bad strategy, even though it's one of the least performant strategies in the game, even though it's really niche and not impressive, he's able to climb on it just because it's something that he's passionate about and that he enjoys. So I would recommend first and foremost, like you definitely will have a hard time climbing if you're spreading your games over this many champions, right? So the rule that people typically use when I see coaches talk about it is it's like 80 like 80 like 12 and 8 or something. It's like a really heavy split towards one champion. Like one champion should be the overwhelming majority of your games. And then the next champion should be like a flex pick or a fill pick for when that champion is banned or picked or just like you're hard countered. Um, and then that should be what represent the 10 and the 5%, or just like whatever portion of the percentage is left for you to pick from. Like, but the majority of your game should go one champion. And for you right now, it's like 44, then 19, then 16, then 15, then 14, then 13, then 13, and so on and so forth. Like it's a really really flat curve. Like Vi is the most played by a pretty good margin, but then everything else is like the same number of games played for quite a while. Um, so realistically, the first step is to just pick something that you enjoy, and it's okay if that's not what you end up enjoying and you want to do something else. But you want to try to move towards having one consistent thing, realistically. Um, or or at least I guess then you'd have to just embrace that you want to try every single champion and understand how they work and play them. Maybe like make a scholar's note of it or something and try to go on some kind of quest of learning all the champions or something. That will keep you deflated in terms of elo, but it will expand how much you understand about the game. But your macro will suffer. Does
Okay.
that
All
kind of
right.
make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
I mean, I've kind of known this, you know.
Hmm.
I know that what I'm doing isn't exactly good for climbing.
Hmm.
Uh, but I don't know. Like I've been unemployed for the last month, so this is like the first time I've actually been able to play a lot of League,
Hmm.
and I'm kind of enjoying it, you know.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Like that's why like I did the 1 day thing was just because I'm starting my new job next week.
Gotcha. So you
And
just want to kind
honestly,
of
I
get
just
to it.
thought, yeah, I thought like I don't know, coaching testing would be fun. Maybe I can learn a few things.
Yeah, for
Cuz
sure.
I mean I do want to win. Like it's not like I'm not, actively trying to win.
Right.
But if I had to pick a champion, it'd probably be Ahri
Okay.
at this point. Um I could probably Lux. I mean, Lux feels pretty easy to play at this point, just because you can just clear waves super quick and just roam, or
Mhm.
clear waves and back, and you always get good CS, and it's like pretty consistent. Um, but I don't know. Arya feels a lot more mechanically enjoyable to play.
Right.
That's for sure.
That makes sense.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be the Arya. I I've been following a lot of like just like Ahri mains and stuff on Reddit,
Mhm.
and everybody's been doing the Lichbane build because it kind of feels like since Everfrost has been out of the game,
Mhm.
there really isn't much that like kind of is supplemental to her kit that like really helps her out, and it kind of feels like the spell weaving with Lichbane's feeling pretty good.
Mhm.
I only played a couple games of it recently, but it felt pretty good. It felt like you had something to do in between Charm and Q. So I don't know. I guess I'd probably pick the Ahri if I had to pick a champion,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
just because I know it really well, and I don't know, it feels fluid.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I will say statistically, what people are playing, like just in terms of raw stats, people are playing Luden into Sorks, into Storm Surge, into Shadow Flame, or Zanya into Rabadon.
Okay,
That's statistically people are playing. That doesn't mean that's what's best. That doesn't mean that has to be like the right solution for you. Um, but I will say that is what people are choosing to play pretty much across all elos. Is they're playing Luden into Shadow or Luden into Storm Surge into Shadow Flame.
okay.
And then they're like doing like the electrocute build. What runes are you typically going?
Just the electrocute and then sorcery secondary with mana flow ban transcendence.
Okay.
pretty
I
consistently.
I will say you can potentially, like, and this is just kind of the elo that you're in, you can choose to go drop either Mana Flow or Transcendence, whichever one causes you the least discomfort, and put the point into Gathering Storm, because games in silver or gold tend to sprawl into the 30-40 minute mark kind of regularly, and
Yeah.
Gathering Storm like super outperforms those runes as the game extends. So for what
Okay.
that's worth, like, I mean, it's just something to consider. Like if you go back in your match history, like right now, I mean, these are flex, so I guess it doesn't really count. Let me see if I can filter to solo duo. 33, 36, 29, 29, 32, and then you have a 24, 27, 28, 26, 20, 30, 23, 34, 30, 32, 39, 19, 33, 37. So on average, most of your games are going 30 minutes plus. Gathering Storm gives 50 AP at 30 minutes. If the game makes it to 40 minutes, then it gives 80 AP. So like if the games are going to stall, you can just make it a point that like if the game is going kind of rough, you just intentionally make it stall and get like a whole item worth of stats off of one rune. Like it's like having an entire extra AP item in your pocket, right? Storm Surge gives 90 AP, Gathering Storm at 40 minutes gives 80 AP. So it's like having an entire extra item worth of AP in your profile. If you add that to Rabadon, right? Rabadon gives you an additional 35% on top of that 80, right? So then you're looking at like 100 AP. You're looking at like it's over 100 AP. It's like 105, 106 AP on just Gathering Storm. So that could make your like games that do sprawl that do go later feel a lot less punishing for you as well.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, like Transcendence and Mana Flow Band will kind of hurt to lose, so it depends on whichever one you want to choose. I would probably drop Transcendence, and go to Gathering Storm because you tend to have a lot of haste in the build anyway. I think. Well, actually, I guess
Yeah, for sure.
they took haste off of a decent amount of the build, or just decent amount of the items anyway. Crypto Bloom, Luden you open with, and that has 25 haste, 20 haste. Crypto Bloom has haste on it if you choose to go into that. I think Lichbane has haste on it, so you have some other options in terms of haste. Um, and I think Mana Flow Band, like you could try dropping that first. You could try dropping Mana Flow for Gathering Storm, and if you feel like you're just permanently running out of mana, then maybe put that back in and drop Transcendence instead. But I would say in the elo you're in, I would look at Gathering Storm as an option as well.
All right.
But yeah, you're doing the right thing though, trying different builds out. You know, trying Lichbane. Um, you know, I would recommend trying the meta build out and just see if that's something that feels good. Usually the meta is the meta because there's something about it that makes it successful. But if you're already doing the due diligence of looking at OTPs and people who play that champion like religiously in one ticket, they also probably obviously know something that other players don't know. So they are probably onto something that's very good. And very recently there was a like last at the end of last season there was a pretty consistent like uh, Triforce or something with Sheen item in it playing Ahri top lane anyway.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah.
Ahri was
I
doing
do
like an
remember that.
AD top lane Ahri thing anyhow. So Lichbane probably plays into that mentality. So it's probably not too far off course. And if it feels good, it feels good, and it will condition you to weave autos into your abilities, which is good because you should be doing that anyway to maximize DPS. Um, but yeah, other than that, I think one of the biggest things is I don't know how you think about the game right now, but one of the biggest things that people do to improve at League of Legends is they shift their mentality away from being like kill oriented. Like it's not like team deathmatch, right? Most players that start the game start playing it conditioned to play it like it's team deathmatch. Um, but the way the game is meant to be played is very like XP is your top priority, gold and especially like gold and farm from minions is your second priority, and then your last priority is kills. Um, but kills are valuable in the sense that a they give you a way to increase your lead over the enemy in terms of XP. So if you dive the enemy and kill them and they miss two waves, right? Killing them is cool, but the value in the kill is that you denied them those two waves worth of gold. You denied them those two waves worth of XP. You got some plates and therefore got more gold, and also you were able to deny them those resources. So you build a like proportional lead, right? Maybe you get a
Right.
5, 10, 15% lead or something, and then the next time that you trade with them, you have that 5, 10, 15% lead. And now you're able to beat them again and continue to extend the lead because of that. So, like, you always want to be thinking about your lead proportional to everybody else on the team and your lead proportional to the enemy laner, as opposed to just like generating kills, right? Like when you're late game, if there's no objective spawning and you don't have any minions to pressure their base, using your ultimate and both of your summoner spells to get a kill on their support is pretty bad because you use all your resources for something that has almost no value. But if you late game, you wait until an objective is about to spawn in like 30 seconds, like Elder or Baron, and you use your summoner spells and your ult then to secure a kill on their jungler, that's game winning, right? So a kill is not a kill, right? It's context based. And when you're thinking about the game from that kind of lens, it will make you more successful and more impactful in your games. Um, but barring you having any other individual questions, I think what we should do is just have you stream your screen and jump straight into a game, and then we can try to see, what are some things that you're doing incorrectly that we can help you correct over the next hour.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just I don't know. I think the cool part about coaching is just kind of just somebody backseat gaming you that isn't your friends who are also, you know,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, by
playing
all
in the
means.
same game as you.
Yeah, so if you just want to share a screen and hop into a game, it can be ranked, it can be normal. I don't really care either way. I will say most people do say that when they have somebody watching them over their shoulder while they play, they usually feel that they perform a little bit worse. So if you don't want to do that in ranked, that's totally fine. Up to you.
No, I'm fine with it. I'm silver one anyways. What is there to lose?
That is fair.
Silver one 5 LP. So
Been there. It was a long time ago, but I've been there.
yeah, I've literally just been bouncing between gold 4 and silver 1 for the last 100 games, which, feels pretty bad, but
One side note, if you're queuing and your intentionality is to get mid, um, you should queue mid top. Because
all right.
jungle is usually a priority role, so they will usually give you jungle if they have an opportunity for it. I think we have like almost the same mastery score.
Yeah. I mean, this is like I played a lot of 80 carry
Oh, never mind,
back in the
much higher.
day.
438. Played a lot of 80
It
carry.
Yeah, it feels awful. I hate playing 80 carry.
Yeah, it's not great. It's a different take on the game for sure.
I don't
80,
know.
80 carry is very much like just don't play the game for 25 minutes and then play the game at the very end. Like it can be
Yeah,
really
like I don't know.
impactful, but
It feels fun. Like I like playing like hyper carries or especially playing like Draven. It's fun to just poke and lane. But I don't know. I've been secondary queuing as support because I've just been kind of playing Lux and Ahri. And at least I could just play the same champion. But played a lot of Vi earlier in the season. I don't know. I was big on Rek'Sai last season and it worked out pretty well, but like my LP gains were such garbage that it even though I had like a 67% win rate or something, 60 games in the season, I was still silver 2.
yeah, and I know they've been working on improving the system to where it's a little bit less like even with high win rates, um, the better solution is just to get a new account. Like they're working
Yeah,
on fixing it to where that's not the way it works. So hopefully,
just have so much money
oh,
this
absolutely.
account.
Hopefully they're making it so that you can climb a little bit more readily if you have a good win rate. It sounds like they're making that improvement soon, and it does feel like it's been a little bit more like that. My lower elo accounts kind of feel like they've had a bit of an MMR reset, and it feels like they're usually getting pretty good gains, even like gold.
Yeah, I've been having some pretty bad queue times recently too,
Hmm.
which might be partially because I have almost 300 games played this season. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, NA server, dead server. No, no, it's not like that. But yeah, their matchmaking has been changing the way they structure their games and the way they put lobbies together. So queue timers have been a little bit different. It has felt like it's taken a little bit longer to get going for sure.
I don't know. I also would I guess I would like to play Ahri more just because I feel like you have a little bit more agency. So like roam, top, or bot.
Hmm.
Like at least a little bit better than Lux or Swain.
Yeah, she just has mobility, right? So
Yeah.
Swain can clear the wave and waddle his ass up or down the river, but he doesn't move quickly and he doesn't move unpredictably. And if he gets caught, he's just caught. Um, Ari, as long as you're playing with your ultimate timer, like if you go up the river and three people jump out of a bush at you, you can just ult away twice and you're free.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of push roam. You can be a little bit less conscientious about where people are and play a little bit more freely with it. And yeah, I mean, mobility feels good, right? Mobility feels like skill expression. Um, and for the most part, it's I think the game doesn't feel super good when you're on a juggernaut or a tank that doesn't have mobility.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Ahri also falls off pretty hard after the mid game to like a point where like right now with like the meta build, you do a lot of damage later.
Hmm.
But like especially I don't know, prior seasons, it has felt pretty bad. Like once you got especially like what is it, Kanik Rookard or whatever that item is
Hmm.
on tanks. I cannot do any damage. Like even on like a full burst damage build, I do nothing to them.
Yeah, I mean,
Like there's something like a 700 health magic shield like later in the game, and it's just like that's basically like half of a combo.
yeah. So Ari's technical definition is she's a kite mage. So I mean, she's designed to play long, steady, like low DPS fights. Um, and then when she does catch somebody, it's supposed to be a quick burst combo with her E and her R. Um, and it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be squishies. She's supposed to basically move past the tanks or around the tanks, grab a squishy, kill them, and then retreat to safety with her R. That's kind of the point of the reset on the R. Is like you dive in, like to the side of a fight, kill their squishy, and then use your ulti again to get away from the fight and play it kind of like that. But
I do like the change that they made with that.
mhm,
I think it was like what 2 seasons ago maybe,
yeah, I
where they
don't.
made her ult like after you get a takedown
Hmm. Yeah, I don't remember exactly when it was.
refreshes.
They did it for a bunch of different champions. They added like double Q to a Mumu. They made a bunch of changes like that. Um, I think it's a fine change. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It feels reasonably balanced. But yeah, her burst damage, especially against tanks, is not great. Like if you're against 2+ tanks, or their tank is the problem, that's where you start looking at getting Void Staff, getting Crypto Bloom, getting a pen item.
So
Um,
if I were to ask what would be the hard counters then, what would you say that would be?
to Ari,
Yeah.
the beauty of Ari is that she doesn't really have bad matchups. Like she has matchups that aren't as good. Like Oriana's kind of annoying to play into. Um, but for the most part, she doesn't have like that's kind of the value of champions like Ari and Oriana is they don't have a lot of bad matchups. Like there aren't really like when you lock Ari, there's not really a lot that they can lock and go, ah yes, they are dominated. Um,
So if I were to pick a ban, what would it be? I guess is
the
my real question.
the way that I ban is I ban based on play rates. So I ban whatever the highest play rate mid is or whatever makes me uncomfortable. So like I personally would probably ban something like Talon or Fizz, two champions who have really high play rates, who are assassins, who if they start to snowball are very annoying.
All right.
Um, but the way that I usually do is I do one of two things. I either ban the thing that I don't want to see, that like I just personally hate, even though I'm not likely to see it. I just don't want to deal with it. If I do, if I see it in my game, it's just gonna make me mad. And I'm not gonna win into it, even though I know I'm only maybe hitting them 5% of the time. The other school of thought is I will ban the highest play rate champion in my role to make sure that the person that I'm playing against has the best possibility of being off of their main champion.
Okay.
That's kind of how I see it.
Oh yeah, Smolder. I hear you love Smolder.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on it. I mostly want people to lock Smolder and go, well, I am intentionally choosing a champion that is dog ass early and that will do well late, and I'm gonna be very conscientious early and not fight, and I'm gonna just stack and go 0-0. That's what I really want my smolders to do. What my smolders currently do is go 0-8 and then go, geez guys, you didn't play for me enough. That's those are kind of the options.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had very much luck with Gangplanks either. So
Yeah, true. Yeah, Gangplank is one of those champions. He's not a super good champion. He's fairly linear. He does like the items that are currently available to him, and um, but yeah, it's not really the best champion for sure. The big downside to taking anything like Gangplank is like top lane is traditionally the role where you're gonna have your meat, right? Like that's gonna be your like tankier, bruiserier, frontliney type champion. When you lock Gangplank, you're consigning your team to probably not having a tank. That's basically what's
yeah,
happening. Here
yeah,
you have the benefit of Leona, right? But as a general rule, that is the downside. The cool thing for you is it's fairly easy to roam into GP because he usually has a lot of kill threat. So it's not the worst thing for you to deal with. According to the internet, Twisted Fate is your ban.
all right,
Twisted Fate or Katarina both have very high pick rates, very high ban rates, and perform incredibly well. Honorable mention goes to Brand and then
all right.
Yasuo. So that's kind of like four champions that are picked a lot, banned a lot, perform well when they exist, and while none of those like outright beat Ahri, I mean obviously Yasuo is a bit of a headache. Depending on how you play against Katarina, she can be kind of annoying. And Twisted Fate is disgustingly broken right now with his AD build.
Okay. So AD is the meta on Twisted Fate now.
Yeah, it's the rapid fire cannon. It's like rapid fire cannon, Kraken Slayer, Lich Bane, or some such. I don't remember the exact build order or whatever because I'm not a cringer, but it is that is the build that's being used right now for sure.
All right.
Oh my god, the smolder is bronze. Yeah.
Yeah.
But his name is Emotional Damage, and that is actually comforting because it means he might like funny things.
Oh,
That would be good.
he's confused why he's not playing with bronzies.
You should ping that word.
Oh, I will warn you. I've been told that my camera movement is ass.
Okay. Well, I mean that's a good place for us to start then. Camera movement is an important part. There is no promos. What? Um.
I think you meant provisionals, maybe.
Oh, placements. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And look who it is. Yasuo.
Yeah.
So
So
remember, Yasuo's shield always just open with like an auto to make sure you proc his shield, and then you can trade with him after that. So we could just do some like really brief knowledge checks. Do you know when you hit level 2?
is it what, the second wave first minion, right?
Yep. Do you know when you hit level 3?
Is it fourth wave? I thought.
Third wave second minion.
Third wave second.
A lot of laning top and mid lane is playing your lane like your level spikes. So being aware of like, is this guy gonna hit his level spike right now? Am I hitting mine soon? And trying to play through those.
Ah. Oh, nice.
Interesting. Connection issues very prevalent down here.
I can see that being an issue.
Okay, so good look for the play here. Good. Very good. Good Flash Ignite. I like that. So wave's pushing into you. So go ahead and buy your item, whatever that is. I'm assuming you're opening. Are you opening?
Probably
Luden?
Ludens.
Yeah, Luden is what I would open. Just grab. Yeah, perfect in the pink ward. Good. Make sure you're using your W to get back to lane faster.
Oops.
So he's behind XP, right? You're 5, and you're moving towards 6 pretty quick. He's 4, and we can pretty much know when he's going to be 6 based off of when he hits 5. He just hit 5, so you're about a half of a level ahead of him.
Okay.
So right after you hit 6, you should be safe for a while. But once you hit like 6.5, 6 1/3, that's when he's likely to be hitting 6.
Uh, do I forfeit this game?
It's up to you. It's your LP.
I don't know if I have a choice. It is up to me.
I would just try to kill the Yasuo right now. If you kill him, then maybe don't. And if you do, then fuck it.
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna be back.
So, I mean, realistically, if he DCs for the rest of the game, you will get lost mate either way, right?
Yeah, I guess
So
that's true.
I don't know if it's really much of a loss if you don't surrender it yet and then surrender again in like 3 minutes, but
Yeah, I guess that's true. Alright. Do I just have to back here? I don't have any mana.
yeah. As a general rule, like, I mean, you can choose, but I would probably back. You can either stay here and just make sure you do not die at all costs, or you can just back and get your lost chapter and come forward with a yep, and then perfect. And then just stay there for a second. You go down the very bottom step of the fountain. Cool. And then W back lane. So you give some minions, right? It's kind of the danger to like sticking in lane. Like you always have to choose. You're basically always negotiating in lane, like your health versus XP versus gold, right? There, what you were gambling was that if you stayed, he was going to kill you, and then he'd get a kill, and you'd lose that stuff that wave anyway, right? So you basically just chose to go back on your own terms rather than being dead. So you control how much you lose versus like have it taken from you. That's kind of the mentality.
So, like, would I look to roam here with my ult on like a 10-second cooldown, or should I?
You should push the wave prior to roaming if you can. Obviously, he has
Okay.
R, so like you should be a little thoughtful. But like, if you can push the wave, it's always better to push the wave prior to being on a roam timer because, or prior to going for your roam timer because if you bounce the wave, then you have a very defined roam timer. Whereas if you leave the lane even, he can deny you some resources between. Like right now, you know for sure you have at least 30 seconds, right? Like your waves will meet. He'll have to push through your wave to get the wave to turret. But like right now, he can't lose anything until um, looks pretty free. I'd start just going for it. I'd commit on whoever has the shutdown, if any of them.
Oh. Yeah, Yasuo's here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, bot lane's pretty dead. I think, was that 2 flashes? Was that Misfortune?
Misfortune flashed for sure, and I think Annie may have.
Okay.
I think like I mean, this is where like camera controls kind of things come in, right? Like if you had a bunch of extra mental energy left over early game, you could be paying like really close attention to whether they have flash or whether they have their summoner spells or whatever. You can get your camera down there and see what their health is ahead of time pretty aggressively and try to like set your pathing to be behind them. That's all stuff that comes with time and with comfort. Um, I think that was fine. I think the intentionality of the roam was fine. You pushed the wave, then you went for the roam, and it didn't pan out, but that's not the worst. Good movement. So same thing here. This next wave that comes in, I would want to try to like push this as fast as possible if you can. And then you could go again in front of the roam timer, or you could like go move for vision. Otherwise, you're just looking for your 1100 or your 1000 gold for your Luden. When you come in here, if you're going to use your R anyway, you could also always look to R over the dragon wall to get like a better angle. I mean, obviously, like right now it's not the time, but it is an option that you have when you're coming in for this kind of gank.
We even dive this? I guess Echo can. He's pretty. Ah, damn it.
It's the right idea. The actual execution is a little scuffed, but like the right idea is there. So once the play
I
is
don't
like
know if
to this
Annie.
phase, yeah, now you should just like instantly go reset and try to get your mid lane.
Okay.
Because like you don't really want to hang around these plays very much. Plates are not worth shit, and staying for like plates with your team is really bad because the more people that are near a turret, the tankier the turret is. Um, so if you and everybody else stays around the turret, it will take a very long time to take. It's just a waste of time.
It really does look like he's. Oh, isn't that? Isn't 3? Yeah. All right. All right. Easy loss.
Easy loss. Perfect.
So, would you say that Twisted Fate or Yasuo is a bigger problem at this point?
I
Because I
think
feel like Yasuo is a much higher play rate, at least in silver gold, right?
I will defer to the statistics. Let me go check. I would say, like, from my perspective, I would rather see a Yasuo than a Twisted Fate, personally,
Okay.
because I feel like Twisted Fate is imbalanced right now. I feel like
Okay.
Yasuo is annoying, but Yasuo is Yasuo. Like,
I-
he's not Guy that's like really got him broken right now. Twisted Fate has some stuff and some interactions right now that are like actually problematic. But it's up to you. Like, if you feel that you're not very comfortable against Yasuo and you feel that you see a lot of Yasuos, it's totally fine to ban him. At some point, then maybe you'll see a TF and he'll wound you, and then you will decide you prefer not to see that anymore. Um, there's not like a hard rule. It's all about personal comfort.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, because I was just banning Katarina like every single game, just because of like I was playing Lux a lot,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I
Katarina's
feel
a
like
headache
with
too.
Ahri too,
So,
I don't know.
so in silver, Twisted Fate, 7.3% pick rate, 4% ban rate, win rate 50%. So not terrifying. Let's
If I may interject,
sure.
um, first off, hi. I know I haven't said anything, but
Hey, what's up?
I am no, just do PJ. Hi, I'm PJ. I am functionally Honor Bound's assistant coach. Um, I'm just kind of here to fill in the gaps if he potentially forgets to mention something, or in this case, provide supplementary or conflicting perspective. Um, I just want to be able to kind of reiterate a point that Hal made earlier, especially since you are playing in an elo where draft is essentially not a factor. Like, don't get me wrong, like there are just certain things that will always, like Ash will always counter Callista and this kind of thing. But you are playing in an elo where champion choice is as close to irrelevant as it gets. And so I would love to like emphasize the idea of bans being purely for your own comfort. Um, because in the same way that you have champion choice lending itself towards like you have to relearn the game a little bit every single time that you like switch champion, that also applies to ban. Like you get used to playing games without having to interact with a certain champion. Like your gameplay exists in a world where like, oh, this champion just doesn't affect me in any way. And then when you do have to interact with that champion, it's like, oh, I just didn't consider this. Like if you permaban Shaco and like you don't deal with Shaco, so you don't buy control wards for just as an example. So if what like I would statistics are important, but I would heavily emphasize just banning for your own personal comfort. Whatever you don't want to be able to fight, whatever makes your gameplay experience like really difficult to deal with is what I would recommend.
Yeah, that'd probably be Katarina. Even though I don't really think there's many good Katarinas where I'm at, but you know,
Makes
just
sense.
something about a blink teleport right behind me just really is frustrating.
Yeah, she sees you throwing your charm and she E's behind you, so it misses and she's doing damage to you immediately.
Okay, so I got top. Rough games for the coaching.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. You could try to petition for mid, but
Yeah, I doubt.
the all caps, that'll convince him.
Yeah. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, there you go. Make him feel powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like there's not like looking through the statistics, it is pretty ambiguous in terms of whichever one. Like even at a statistical level, it's not clear. Like Yasuo has a higher pick and ban rate, TF has a higher win rate. It's just like there's all sorts of conflicting stuff. So I definitely echo what PJ is saying, which is just pick whatever. Bro, I just autofill top. just ban whatever you don't want to deal with for sure.
All right, I convinced him.
Perfect. Well played.
I told him I paid $20, please.
Get some every time. That's how I'm gonna get my main role from now on. If I had Bob, I would send you. Perfect.
I don't know. They nerfed or they buffed Ahri's E cooldown as well, which does feel pretty good, especially with like the CDR built into the kit. Like it seems like it's up like every 7 seconds,
Which is
which
cool
is
because it's not a guaranteed thing to land. So
right.
I think having it off cooldown, like the only way it's really oppressive in that way is if they have a lot of other guaranteed CC, and then you're just adding your charm to that. Then it's kind of annoying. But um, just in terms of like on its own as a spell, it's very missable.
Yeah, I think that's the reason that they put it was because Everfrost isn't in the game anymore.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't have a guaranteed combo anymore.
Yeah.
So their team is triple AP, 2 AD, Senna Ezreal Squishy, so it's like tanky, fast AP, annoying burst, and then Senna Ezreal, ranged AD poke. Your comp is Brand, Irelia, Jinx. I mean, this game goes late. You just insta win, I think. Other than Karthus. Well, no, I guess Karthus, Senna, both pretty strong. Man, Brand, Jinx, Braum is tough to argue with, though. It's
Seems like bot's kind of hard to like roam to and gank. Like an Ezreal Senna
yeah.
seems kind of tough.
Ezreal can buffer the CC. Senna gets all wraithy and slithers out of there. Irelia Mordekaiser is relatively volatile. The big thing is if you do choose to gank him post 6, you have to make sure you do not get inside of his R range.
Yeah.
Lily is a full clear jungler, so one thing you can do is enemy junglers will usually either be full clear junglers or ganking junglers as a generalization. Full clear junglers do not like having you know where they started, so getting an early ward on her raptors so that you know if she's pathing up or down will mean a lot. It doesn't have to be like pre 130, just like even if you just push the first wave and then get vision on it. Because if you know which way she's pathing, she's going to do all 6 of her camps. Like, very rarely will Lilia do something other than just all 6 camps. So, detecting her clear is really good.
Red side. I mean, she could back and go to blue, but
Yeah.
I mean, you could just wait to see if bot lane comes, right? And you would know that she started red side because they pretty much always will leash.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Like leashing is getting less and less to be a part of the game. I will say that. For the first like 8 years to 10 years of this game, leashing was just it was what happened. There was no option but to leash. In the last like 3 years, it's been picking up to where there is less. You are less obligated to leash. This season, there is no impetus to leash. Like people still do out of habit, but there is no reason for you to leash because every jungler clears prior to 3:30 now, so they don't need. Like you don't have to leash to be successful in the jungle. So I wouldn't use that as your only metric. But it's not a bad thought, but I wouldn't just use that as your only metric. Otherwise, next season when they change it back to 345 and junglers start with 4 smites so they can instantly do their first camp, like I don't know, like then there won't be any way for you to tell where the jungler's starting other than knowing where to ward when, right?
Yeah.
So here you can trade with him a little more aggressively. You can auto him. Because Karthus only has his Q, right? And especially if he's hitting you and a minion, it does very little damage. What you want to avoid is if he ISOs you with it, then it kind of hurts a lot. But in the same way, if you stand off to the side of the minions, then he has to either hit you or the minions, and then he'll run out of mana eventually.
Right.
I mean, your movement's pretty good, honestly. Even last game, your movement was pretty good across the board. You were a little too close to your minions against the Yasuo. You were letting him get like EQ off on you, but like your actual movement to dodge things was pretty clean. In this game, you've gotten hit by pretty much nothing. Good. And then I would commit here. You have Ignite, you have your whole combo. Remember your W move speed just like makes you very difficult to deal with. You could flash auto here. Oh, never mind. All right. This is fine too. So 2 schools of thought. Like one way you can like flash E auto or something and try to like kill him because he has no mana. And then he'll be dead. The other alternative is like he has no health, so realistically he has to back soon. So one way or the other, the lane is very neutralized and you're pretty safe now.
He doesn't have flash either.
Right.
Which could be pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Ow.
It's all to personal preference. Because it looks like he is having quite a bit of health come back from the potions. It's getting less and less opportune. We have to, at this point, either wait until we have enough mana for our full rotation of spells, which is 155 mana, and then look for a full combo on him, or we have to just kind of keep chilling. Good. Okay, so she full cleared bot to top, and then cleared her top scuttle. She's now going to bot scuttle, so she's going to double scuttle your brand, but you have a gank coming. Then he has no flash. Good.
Flash there.
So then, yeah, that's right, though.
I don't think I can save this brand.
You cannot. Okay, my bad, I guess you could have. Either way, too late now. Yeah, I would go double book, and then I would just be going into Luden still. I think Luden is still the best item to open.
Yeah, I guess I probably could have saved him.
It looked pretty doomed. I'm not sure. I think the Lilia didn't use her abilities in the wave, so if Lilia hits the wave, she keeps her move speed passive, and then she can just run him down. I think she doesn't know that, and didn't do it. Maybe. Yeah, she's not charging her passive. She's a donkey. So here you need to just collect the wave, right? Like, you don't want to tank the wave, because you'll lose health that you need to stay in lane, so make sure you play pretty far back here, let the wave bounce, collect it, and then you can push with the next wave. So one thing Karthus doesn't have, right, of course, is he's not a very good roamer, because he does not have any kind of mobility, so you will have roam advantage on him once you're able to push waves in consistently. To do that, just make sure you're tossing your Q through the back wave as consistently as possible, otherwise you'll just always be pushed in.
Shit.
Yeah, that minion. A real ride or die for the Karthus there. He was
Yeah.
not letting you get the charm off. I would just play on your
Nope.
ignite cooldown, and then I would just all-in him with the ignite cooldown.
Okay. Should I wait till 6 or?
Priority is just the ignite cooldown, I think. If you hit 6, you probably just kill him anyway.
Okay.
And it's the cannon, and then I think one of the ranged will give you 6. It's like really close. Nice, yeah, you can just full send. He's not 6, you just go. Yeah, always trade on level. I mean, not always, but as a general rule, trading on level advantages is
I'm
really
dead
good.
here.
You are actually. That's interesting.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I probably should have waited for my ignite, but
Yeah, I think like one of the things is like Karthus has the death circle around him. We were in that for a lot of the fight. So we could also just try to space it a little differently. You can go refill on a pink ward here as well, or whatever's good for you. Refill pink ward, hex tech alternator is good. Yeah, yeah. Alternator is really good early. It's kind of trash late. So getting it really early is a big spike.
okay.
Obviously, if you're running out of mana a lot, Lost Chapter is a better mana option. But just in terms of raw damage, Hextech Alternator is incredibly good. His wave is jammed, so he's losing a bunch of XP here, which is good. Make sure you're using your W to get back to lane as well, because it's very low mana and it gets you back quite a bit faster. Here I would just fast push, right? Because the wave's going to push anyway, so step to the wave and then make sure you get your key on the back minions. Perfect. Good. And then here, this is probably where I'd look for a roam timer, maybe. And I'm not sure based off the information we have what's going on, but like Grubbius is the best option right now. Your brand's already at them and they're right there, and you can pink ward ahead of you or something, you know. Then you also have river plants spawning at like 6:30, so. Cool. And then I would just take the plant and then go back to mid. Because you need the mana and he should be backing anyway, so. If he tries to gank, definitely ping him off it because he will just instantly die. Okay, cool, he knows. Cool. Then I'd fast push the next wave. We see Lilia top, and our bot lane has pressure, so we're under no pressure to do anything other than just whatever we want. We could trade with him, we can... Okay.
Am I dead here?
No,
Is he ult?
Nah, I think you're okay. His ulti should only do like 180 damage right now.
Okay.
He doesn't do very much damage early. Unless he has Dark Harvest, which I don't think he does. No, actually,
Should I get boots?
To dodge his stuff, yeah. Like, boots gain value the more skill shots they have. Like, he has nothing but, so probably it's worth having boots to dodge a little bit more readily. Usually boots early aren't super good, but if you're against skill shots, then yeah, it gains value. Again, same thing here. I'd probably just like W back to lane again, and then if you get up there and he's still there doing that plate, I'd probably just all in him. Because it's really good if you kill him here, because you can start getting some pressure and some roams and such. If he backs, then it doesn't really matter. We just push the next wave, and then he'll lose the next wave, so. Okay, yeah, just blow the wave up. Lilia's bot lane. So if you push this, then you can roam down to that fight. Or if you want to try to stay for a plate, you can choose your own adventure. That fight's already over, so now you just do the plate.
Just really lost that 1v1 up top. She might have been low health, I guess.
Good, and then again, we're just blowing this wave up as fast as possible.
Where is he?
Took a reset and ticked, I think. Now you can roam again.
Yeah. Back. I guess he did.
Okay, then we just go back to the lane. Okay, we got a gank here, so we just like commit for the gank. Okay, focus very hard on landing the charm. Good. You can get your ignite out early too. Definitely don't hold your ignite for any amount of time. Perfect. So he's flashes down, right? So that's nice. You can just use your ult stack on the wave. And then we want to
Yeah,
clear
I'm
this
like
wave.
out.
Yeah, that's right.
Should I just wait for Q
Yes.
and just
Yep.
go?
You can't help him, just ping him off. There's nothing you
Yeah.
can do. You have no mana. Like, he's gonna be frustrated because he thinks you have mana, so he's just gonna be mad either way, but there's nothing you can do.
He's dead.
Okay, cool. Okay, nice. And then, yeah, back to lane. Nice. You can stand at the very bottom step too as well when you're coming out. Like, it's a super small optimization, it doesn't really matter, but you can step like to the very edge of the base before you like start shopping. Then you can shop and just skedaddle. Make sure you're using your W to get back to lane. Every second counts, represents XP. Cool. Yeah, that wall slow, kind of problematic. Pop your potions, nice. And then we're just playing for the 1,000 gold for Luden here. I'd say Luden into Sorks, so 1,000 to 1,800, somewhere in that range is our ideal backs. Yeah, our bot lane is just pub stomping, so no matter what happens, like we just lean into our bot lane and try to play for them. So same thing as before.
Like here, should I look to roam on that?
Wait for the next wave, then push.
Okay.
So it's best to like clear the wave and then instantly roam, like because then the next wave that's coming isn't there for a long time. Yeah, just commit to go. Perfect. And now just go straight back to mid and push. Cool. Because like the best time for you to roam is immediately after you push wave. So imagine the wave gets to lane, you instantly push it and then you roam. That is the best roam you can get because the next wave isn't going to come to push for a long time, so the enemy has no minions that you can lose. Like you're not going to miss any CS, any XP, and that's what you're really looking for on a roam timer. Okay, good. Yep, just keep kiting it out, and then yeah, go to mid now and just throw mid. Like that fight is realistically over. We just go to mid and just WQ. Good, perfect, and then just go back. Get your resources. You can go. He's gonna stop your back. Good. You can go Sorks here, or you can stick for another wave or two and then play for your Luden. It's up to you.
I mean, can I even?
Yeah, you can stay now, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, he pushes really fast. After this wave, you could choose to take a reset if you wanted. Okay, you have Ignite as well, if you want to use it. Good. And then just kite away. Perfect. And then take your reset. Good.
Malignance.
Okay, so that's Luden. We take Luden, and then we will run back, go through the red buff to grab the red buff, and then go straight to your mid wave. I guess we had 300 extra gold that I didn't think about. Probably wouldn't buy a pink here, just because you already have one. And then just went to red buff and then to mid. Good. Use your W for move speed. And then, so next item, so we have 800 gold for Sorks, and then after that it is into, I think you said you were preferring Lichbane. And I think Lichbane Sheen is a G, I think, and I think it starts from the glowing moat, so I think you have 250 as an option, so like 800, 1050 are good because those are boots and boots with glowing moat. And I don't remember what the right hand side of Lichbane is right now.
I think it's Alternator and the Aether Wisp, whatever the movement speed one is.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Aether Wisp I think is 850. Alternator is usually a G, I think, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so we've got a lot of back options in the like 1,000 to 2,000 gold range. Good. I mean, yeah, we don't have we don't have Ignite for another 85 seconds. You can play it however you want. Realistically, like I'm just looking at the next wave, thinking if I blow up the next wave, then I can move.
Yeah,
Karthus is
kill him
going.
here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, just pin him. I think he's
I mean,
actually
they
just
get it.
hinting. I think he's hinting.
Yeah,
He's just mad. Cool.
should I look to go top here?
No. Because you just want to push mid over and over again here. Try to get this tower down, right? Because Karthus is down, Lily is on Rift Herald, and she's coming down from above you. So lean down into your right, like move down, yep, and then attack her from there. Because then when you see her, if she comes down from above you, you can just run down into the right. She is doing the Rift, so you can just push the wave.
Okay.
Push the wave and then roam, if you can. Obviously, like, there are different situations where it's better to do one or the other, but ideally you'd like to push wave then roam. Cool. And then just go commit on her. Good. Nice. Steal that and then probably pick it up. Oh, never mind. No, that's fine. That's fine. I would always
don't know.
steal it because I believe
Okay.
in driving the race car, but it's not up to you. Like, you don't have to. It's just my personal preference. I used to play a lot of Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm has a lot of things like that where you summon the thing and drive it around. And every time I let my jungler have it, he drives into the wall and then goes, "Oh, geez, it must be bugged or something. I don't know." That's been my experience with Rift Herald so far.
What do I do about this?
Nothing. You just push wave. Wait for the next wave, push
Okay.
the wave, and then the tower going down is huge because it gives you bigger roam timers.
Yeah.
Because you can kill his wave earlier, you can make bigger rotations, and you're getting close to your like half of your second item as well. And you'll get like your boots and your second item, and then you're going to be really, really lethal, and you're just going to want to play for that item spike. Okay, good. Good. Yep. Now just wait for the next wave and do the exact same. Oh, never mind. Didn't see him come from below. Good. Ignite and then R. W, R. Pop potions. Good. Alright, take your reset. Buy boots and buy part of your Lichbane and then run through blue buff to make sure you get that.
Should I wait for them to get that tower to leave? I guess she's not going to.
I wouldn't worry about it like that. Because the blue buff's not a timer, and it doesn't look like you have like Professor telling you what the timer is, so I guess you can hit tab. What is blue buff on? 4:30. Okay, it's expiring right now, I think, right? Or is it 5:15? 4:15? Must be a 5:15 timer.
Yeah.
Okay. Push wave, take tower, and then yeah, I mean we're just looking for 2 item spike, and if there's free rotations, free kills, we'll take them. Okay. Please don't drive the Rift Herald into the tower. Oh, thank God. Wow. All right.
Keep pushing this, or
No.
I guess we
This play's over. What, like, as a general rule, every lane should be at roughly the same level of pushiness. Like, if you're at inner, like, you kind of want to go to the next inners next. You don't really want to go, like, imagine top outer is up and bottom outer is up. You can't be at middle inhib because they'll just move from the side lanes and kill you, and then go back to the side lanes.
back.
Yeah, I would just clear the wave first. Use your potions.
Yeah.
If you're not building refillable and using it a lot, you should be. It's really, really good.
Okay.
It's very gold efficient. It's like having an extra ruby crystal every back, pretty much. It's good.
To clear this next wave, since they're kind of pushing
Yes,
it up,
correct.
Okay.
Because if you back with wave the way it is, right, they're going to take that tower 100% of the time. If you kill the wave and then back, then they can't. Good. And like right now, like as soon as those minions die, you can take a reset. Perfect. And now see how they can't threaten your tower at all? Like you're going to go back to base, buy whatever you're going to buy, and you can W and run back, and then like they will not have a chance to threaten your tower. Okay, yeah, and then just barrel straight to mid. Good. Use your W to get back to lane.
You always forget to do that.
That's fine. That's good. It means it's something easy that you can improve, right? Like little nuanced things like
This
that are
fight?
nice because yeah, definitely like R and then like don't greed your summoners or anything. Like when you get there, like if you see an opportunity to use your summoners to get kills, like just commit here. Good, because you're gonna get resets on your ulti. You're gonna get to like avoid damage. Cool, and then go over on the go on the Ezreal. Perfect. Keep going. Good. Flash. Perfect. Cool, and then play for the. You can also so you could potentially use your R to chase the Senna, but this is good too. Push this and then go to bot wave, right? Because the next tower that you're gonna be taking down is bot inner. So rotate down to there. And the reason I'm thinking that, right, is you can never take Baron right now. And mid is too deep. So next option is bot wave. So we're just going to go to bot, shove bot wave, and then that means that they have to come bot, right? Which means that your team could then potentially do Baron, or they could clear top, or they could clear the jungle. They could do something, you know? That's the rationale for why we're taking this.
Should I award one of these, like the try, or?
I would almost always ward this little bush right here just to make sure they don't get behind you. And your ulti's up in 25, so then you'll be able to get out of the situation no matter what anyway. So just walk up and just auto W auto or whatever. Cool. And then yeah, you're not actually trying to take this tower, so you can just kind of you can play this very loose. You're ready to leave on a moment's notice. If you want to be really professional, you can ward over this wall to your left, like just to make sure they don't get behind you, like here. And now you can be really aggressive, right? Because now you know that they for sure are not behind you. And now you can siege this. And then it's auto W auto. Because your W is an auto attack reset, I think, so.
I didn't even know that.
I think it is. I could be wrong. PJ, can you sanity check me on that?
Pardon?
Is Ahri's W an auto attack reset?
Oh, I imagine not.
Okay. For whatever reason, for whatever reason I thought it was, but it might not be.
Yeah, that doesn't sound correct.
Yeah, we can kill this for sure. Alright, here and then just focus on the person that's like, I can't tell who that is. Oh, Ezreal. Cool. So the downside to pushing bot, right, is this is where they're likely to be contesting. Yeah. So Lilia goes directly to it. So I'll just take a reset here. Buy your Lichbane. And then, so the mentality here is like, you're ahead, right? Like, you're pretty far ahead of them. Whenever you just get an item spike, that means they cannot possibly have their item spikes, right? Like, because if you're ahead of them and you just hit your item spike, they can't be at theirs. Interestingly enough, they are. But it means that in theory, they can't be at theirs. So you can try to be really aggressive right when you hit your item spikes, because that's like the highest point of relative strength to the other people that you're playing against. So usually wherever you buy an item,
While
there's
they're
time
doing
for big
this.
play. Yep. Midwave, and then you can also just kind of run around behind the dragon pit and like make sure that they can't contest. Okay, W. Always use W just for move speed and moving around. Like it's on like almost no cooldown at this point, so. Yeah, I would probably commit here with the Aurelia over the wall onto the Ezreal maybe. Or if the team's not, that's okay too, but seems like a decent option. Ooh, beautiful play. Holy shit. Nicely done on the Ezreal. Nice, huge. Okay, and now push the midwave next. Because that fight's already over, so you can just push this, and then that gives your team free Baron. And if you decide you can't do Baron, then you can just push mid. But it looks like Baron is the option, so I would just go to Baron right now. That's pretty clean.
My movement kind of fucks me up a little bit though, because like my camera is kind of.
It's not as bad as it seems. There are moments where it seems pretty bleak. The first game, you had some E's that were pretty suspect, where you threw your E at like a 90-degree angle to the enemy.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous.
Okay. Yeah, this game your camera movement has been way less problematic. It's been pretty good.
Search.
Yep.
You think?
Yep. And then sell your refill and grab the right hand side.
Okay. That shit.
Good. And then I would go. I mean, this is macro is kind of dependent here. Personally, I would just group with the team because your Jinx is insanely fed. So if you just go with the Jinx, like the chance of you losing a fight is very, very low. You have R, you'll have Flash for the fight, so it's pretty much unlosable. Yeah, and then just like try to instigate the fight. You can. Well, hold on. I guess actually. Okay, so here this is a concept
Mordalt.
called mirrored pressure. So you see where the Aurelia is. We don't want to be
Yeah.
pushed up further than she is, in theory. I mean, obviously, it's a little looser than that, but in theory, like we want to just be on the same line as the Aurelia.
Killed Lilia there?
Yep. Commit. You can flash RQ, toss some
Ah.
stuff. I would just commit super hard. If you kill them, if you get one kill, you're gonna get all of them really fast, right? Because you just keep dashing. Perfect. Keep going. Okay, good. It's good to know what you can and can't do. Like they're like as soon as they're all low like that, like just lose your mind because you're gonna get all your ults back up, right? Good. So here they're gonna take mid inhib and then I mean they could end if the Jinx wants to. Yeah, cool. So that's probably GG. Lily is up. I don't think she can really do anything because Jinx is just gonna hit perma resets. Free game, well played. Mid diff.
Did that first game count for a
No.
coaching session? Okay.
No. That'd be like a hilariously asshole-ish thing.
I mean, it's alright. I would understand.
No, it's fine. If I was doing this for a living, if like this was like how I made my like if this was how I made the money for rent, like then maybe I would be like that stingy, but no.
You're a software engineer.
I am.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good job, Aurelia.
Technically these days it's like ETL software developer / data conversion engineer. It's like not really like the glamorous side of it. I just like fuck around with databases pretty much.
Okay. I work on cars, so your job's much more complicated than mine.
You just had to fucking pull rank. You just felt the need.
Well, no, software engineers. This is just a totally different thing. Software engineers is like a relatively smart guy like working on a cool cutting edge app. I literally just go into like old establishments, and they show me their system, and then I like move the data out of that system into a different system. Like I read like a super old, super basic language to like move the data out like a fucking forklift. It's like the least. It's the most neckbeard least interesting side of software development. Shackle01, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Databases are hard, or rather like they're fragile, no room for error, that's correct. Yeah, writing and working with them, you have very little room for making mistakes with how they work. But it is not super creative work, it's not super interesting. And to be fair, working with cars is really fun, it's something I like doing on the side. And more contemporary cars, it actually is probably a similar level of complexity. Like, the number of times, so I used to work a little bit on like a couple of my old cars. I had like a 96 Saturn SL1 and I had like a 2003 Chevy Cavalier and stuff like that. And the difference between looking at something for those and the way that you work on those versus like I had like a 2020 Trax at some point, and just the amount of safety stuff that you have to navigate and the amount of complexity that goes into it is considerably higher on newer vehicles, I think. So I think it's interesting.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. I hate that shit.
Do you work in like an auto shop or?
Yeah, I mean, I used to. The job that I just got laid off from, it was like a tuning company, so we did like modding stuff.
Oh wow,
And then
that's sick.
now I'm working on the same cars, but in like a dealership perspective. Like they buy and sell them instead of like actually modify them. So at least my knowledge is at least getting put to use still.
Right.
And it
Actually
comes
pretty
with a
cool.
pretty hefty pay raise, so always like those.
I feel like dealerships are like consistent gigs too. I feel like you can be there kind of like as a career a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, it's also like kind of the consistent work that really gets, because like whenever you're modding them, it's all customer work.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever it's a dealership, they're buying work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that really helps.
Nice.
Helps you make your hours, make your money.
Right. What kind of cars specifically do you work on the most?
Like Evos, WRXs, STIs, some BMWs like M5s and stuff.
Nice.
A lot of Volkswagens, like A4s, like a lot of turbo cars, really.
Nice. It's pretty cool.
It's kind of the biggest thing. Yeah, it's fun. I like what I do. It sucks, but I like what I do.
Fair.
Heimerdinger.
I'm gonna use the restroom really, really quick. If anything interesting happens in the draft, I guess my apologies, but I gotta pee.
No, you're good. about you, PJ? What do you do for a living?
Well, I work 2 jobs currently. I'm a prep cook for a local caterer, and I'm employed at my local university, so like library shit.
That's cool. Are you in college or do you just work there?
And now I graduated 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. What'd you graduate in?
Advertising.
Advertising.
Yes, that's one of the reasons what whenever I can, Hal likes me to sit in on coachings because where he is very classically left-brained, I am very classically right-brained.
Fair enough.
He's the he's the macro, I'm the micro, and things of all this nature.
Can you tell me if this is a Heimerdinger mid?
That is Mordekaiser jungle, Volibear top, Heimerdinger mid,
Yep,
Leona Smolderbot.
that's
Should
mid.
I play the Lux? I feel like that's.
Yeah, you cannot play Ahri into Heimerdinger, I don't think.
I just can't hit a charm to
Yeah,
save my life in that.
absolutely.
That. Should I still forego Transcendence
Yeah, I would
or
go.
Scorch
I would go Gathering
and go
Storm.
get?
Absolutely.
Okay. And how do you feel about the TP or the barrier?
I personally
I
like
feel like
TP
TP.
just because
Yeah.
it gives you like TP gives you a really easy cop out of messing up your back timers. Like if you are super low health and you just like have to back right now, then you can do that. You know.
Yeah.
Noob Master 69. This is Thor.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So it is a Volibear jungle actually. Mordekaiser top. Is Volley jungle? I thought that was like kind of not a thing anymore.
It's still viable. It's like it's C tier probably.
Ooh-wee, 1 million point Darius.
Darius. Yeah, Darius is gonna run this game over probably because he wants to build MR and tenacity and move speed into all those champions. So he's gonna go Force of Nature, Mercury Treads, Dead Man's Plate, and he's gonna just destroy everything.
Hopefully.
You said Darius, and I just got so triggered.
Did you just lose to a Darius tonight?
Yes, but that's not the reason I got triggered. I had to climb back to D2 because I wasn't sitting on a demotion to D3. It's just disgusting.
Yep.
And I'm I lost to lost to a Darius, and I didn't notice until after I'd played the second game that he had added me.
Mm.
And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why would you add me? Like,
Mm.
you beat me. I'm like, okay. So I accept the friend request, and I'm like, you're the Darius, right? And his response to me asking if he's the Darius is, hello, how are you doing today? I love femboys. And I'm just like,
invite invite him to your server.
That's great, dog.
That's funny.
And I'm like, hi there, I'm okay. And I've got to screenshot this. He was like, may we play sometime, my femboy? I was like,
Oh no.
am I getting punked right now?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting time. Yeah, so the way that Heimerdinger works is he's going to push the wave into you over and over again, and you're going to clear the wave over and over again, and that's it. That's all that happens this lane. Nothing else happens.
I try and focus down his turrets.
Sure.
Is it even worth it?
You can.
Yeah.
You will find it to be very futile.
Yeah, nothing matters. You're just hanging out.
Heimerdinger does a thing that I like to refer to as, and we'll bring this up because me and Hal are both magic nerds. Heimer does this thing called being blue mana, which is essentially the character itself does not have a game plan. It just wants to make sure that you don't get to do yours.
Yep. Yeah, he doesn't want to do anything in particular. He just prevents you from ever doing anything that you want to do at all. Like, you want to move, you can't. You want to back, you can't. You want to attack him, you can't. He just exists.
Yeah, and so this is what this is what Heimerdinger is. This is what he does.
Riveting gameplay.
Yeah, the only thing you can do against this is just try to farm as well as you can. That's all you can do.
Okay.
Like you're farming as well as he is right now, and that's all that matters. Your turret's still standing, so that's pretty good. Poking him is pretty much pointless. You'll never kill him.
I may hyperbolize a little bit. As a top laner, he has severe trauma from Heimerdinger players, but
Yeah. You technically
it's
have the option of killing him, but I'm not sure how that happens.
it's not great.
The level of
He's
blunder he has to
historically
make.
had a terrible time playing in Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heimerdinger is just the anti-top lane. Top laners want to run in and attack you, and he wants you to run in
This
and
guy
attack him. So
can't do anything, right?
yeah, he's having a top lane moment. He's not a top laner, but he's having a top lane moment. Yeah, so like really what we want, I'm gonna be honest with you, really what we want here is we want tier early on a
Yeah.
back. And then we're just gonna just throw spells at the wave forever and ever and ever. Okay. Most sane junglers NA for sure.
Who the fuck is snapping me at 1:13 in the morning?
E the wave, auto the wave, Q the wave. And then probably like
I'm gonna have to back, right?
Yeah, we're getting close to the point where that teleport becomes valuable. Just start thinking about what item do you want, because you need to make sure you have the gold for it.
Probably just tier, and then
Sure.
just a book,
Yep,
right?
Yep, and then teleport forward. Good. And that's what we're doing.
Okay.
And then we're just using the abilities. Whoa.
Oops.
Yeah, you could probably get like an extra 10 CS, 20 CS a game if you did like the Soraka challenge for a while or something. Like, go to bots and just farm like at turrets as much as possible and try to like get perfect CS. Like, your under tower farm is a little bit scuffed, but it's not bad. Like, it's good enough for silver or gold. You'd probably make it into plat with it. You'd start to struggle in like emerald.
I don't know. I've always had problems with cause that's why I liked playing AD carry a lot, cause it's really easy to CS. And that was, I don't know. Also, I feel like Lux is actually pretty easy to CS once you get like a damage item.
Mark them with your E and then just auto attack them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
especially
mean,
like I don't know. At this point, I feel like Lux ult has such a low
oh yeah, you
cooldown.
just use it on the wave, absolutely. Especially
Yeah.
this game, that's all you're gonna be doing is just blowing the wave up over and over again to deny him any kind of rotations or whatever. Like right now, you could ult straight down the wave. Like you can look at where the wave is gonna be and just ult it, and that's perfectly reasonable to do. Then E the wave, and then yeah, that is a totally rational, reasonable thing for you to do this game. And now you can do whatever you want. I'd probably go up there to the Grubbies. Yeah. And I guess you just win the game. Cool. Darius is doing a thing. I'm not sure. He's fighting. Characters on top of each other. Top.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Look. I mean, he's gonna.
Cool.
Yeah, he's dead.
Nice.
I don't know why.
So, okay. This is one thing. We should change your pinks. We should change your ward a little bit. As a general rule, that bush is kind of brutal to keep pinked. The bush down and to the right for you, a little further. That bush up and to the right. No, up and to the right. That's your bush. That's your pink ward bush. When you're on red side. When you're on blue side, it's the one to the top left where the regular ward is right now.
Okay.
Like the same. The map is symmetrical, like diagonally.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's like your preferred pink ward bush, and then you just put your regular ward on the same side, and then you just stand. You do what's called leaning. If my voice didn't crack, you do what's called leaning, which is where you just basically like stand your character on the same side as where the wards are to make sure that you can't be ganked without like seeing them. You know, if they want to get to you,
leave.
He probably just took it back. And then, yeah, I mean, we're just playing for. I would just go, probably Luden, I guess. Something that builds out a chapter. I'm not sure what all builds out a chapter. I mean, it's cool if you quit too. I think Luden is the best option. It's either Luden or Storm Surge. If Storm Surge builds out of it, then you can just take it back. You're shot of mana. Or you can, I mean, actually here, good practice. Just stay and just ult the wave.
Okay.
Ult the wave
I
and
think
then
Heimerdinger might have went AFK. I don't know.
yeah, we take free low. We don't mind. Eat the front of the wave. Cool, and now reset. And then that's just good practice. And then shopping. Let's look at what we're going to be buying. I think it is probably just click on Lost Chapter and see what it builds into. And then okay, go Luden.
Or Ludens.
Yeah, Luden. Malignance is trash on Lux. Your ulti already has almost literally no cooldown, and they are not under any obligation to hold still during your ulti.
Sure. He's back. He's down 2 levels.
Alright, yeah, just bomb the wave, E the wave, W yourself to make sure you don't take too much damage. Whenever you're in these, like, these kind of matchups, all it is like you're just playing, you're not playing to really beat the guy, you're just playing to have more gold than he does, so that when it comes to, like, mid-game fights, you can just do more damage. Okay, ult the wave. Beautiful. Okay, now walk up and hit the plate. You can Q him. Yeah, he's AFK, just auto attack him. Cool. Then walk up, E him. Good. Yep, just keep weaving. Good. Yeah, we don't need to worry about
I
killing
guess
him.
I could flash that.
No. It's not worth killing him.
Oh. Alright. Yeah.
Pop both
Yeah, that's my
potions
bad.
into the wave. Oh, you're fine. It's just like right there, like with the position he's in. This is kind of what we were talking about, right? Where I said a kill, like a kill in and of itself means nothing, right? Here he has to back anyway, so if you kill him, it changes nothing. Like it's just you have like a little extra gold, but if it costs you your flash, it's not worth, right?
Okay.
Now if he had a shutdown, etc., then it becomes worth. But for right now, like he already had to reset, so no value in using your flash for the kill. So here, yeah, this is good too. Good. Eat wave, auto wave. Auto, Q auto. Cool. And then we need 500 more gold to Luden, I think. So we need this wave, we need this plate, and then, oh lordy. Yeah, so whenever you're in a position like that, just do not rush your ability. Because until he's literally already auto-attacking you, there's no pressure on you to, like, throw the ability. So you just want to make sure that you're... Okay, W him. Good.
He got pulled out of it.
Good. Beautiful. Nicely done. Look for your R. Just wait for your R. Okay. And now here you could flash Q if you wanted, because maybe it's more impactful. Good. E, auto, R. Perfect. Now, push top wave. Don't worry about him, just go top wave. Because you can just reset after the top wave, and then you can teleport back to mid, clear the wave, and be good to go. Good. Okay, and then reset and teleport mid. Or I guess you could do plates here. Yeah, just push top and do plates. We have Luden in pocket.
TP up.
Who does?
I think Mordekaiser has TP up.
Okay, if he does, remember it spawns him just behind the middle of the turret. So just throw your shit at the back of the middle of the turret, and it will hit him, and then you can just run away. Something people don't know about teleport. I don't know if that's something that's a change in the last couple seasons or what happened, but a lot of people don't know that teleport just spits you out at a determined location regarding what you're teleporting to. So it's super abusable.
I stay for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now run away. And then we can just teleport back to top lane, or I mean, I would teleport to mid personally. Just because like we can't really do anything to Mordekaiser meaningfully. He's going to stop our back. Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid of that, but
That's alright. He wants you to R the wave. He wants you to R the wave.
Okay. Okay. I just die here, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I really didn't want to stay there, but...
Yeah, you're right. I thought that Darius was onto something, but he was not. Anywho, let's buy Luden, let's buy our Sorcerer Shoes. Next build is going to be, I would personally go either Horizon Focus or Storm Surge. It's up to you.
I get Farsight.
Sure, if that's something you're comfortable using.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I do like
Look at bot fight.
Having wards.
Okay,
That's
nothing there.
so.
Okay, yeah, we can just walk to mid. Yeah, I mean, as a generalization, it's nice to have Farsight just because, like, you're never walking up to die to put a ward down.
Right.
Instead, you're just gonna stay at range, put a ward where you need it at that exact moment. I mean, I don't know, it's a personal comfort thing. Like, there are some really smurfy tricks you can do with all of the different wards, right? Like, Sweeper can be used to set up some really impressive picks that will win games. Blue ward can be used to make sure that you can split and sustain pressure and track where people are. It can be used to set up for objectives. It can be used to just perma spam blue wards in your own jungle so that you have permanent vision. And regular ward has all sorts of cool tips and tricks as well. So just use whichever one you're comfortable with and just min max it. Take the tower. Cool. And then look for maybe a teleport to bot lane. Can't tell what that fight. She got a fight happening on there, but I can't tell what it is. No, she's alright. Clear the dragon. Okay, and then I'd go to bot wave.
Why?
Because we can't really do anything to the
Just curious.
Mordekaiser. You just can't really do anything to the Mordekaiser. Like, the Mordekaiser can just walk up and kill you for fun. Like, he did it top side, he could just do it again mid, and so it just feels very, like, unsafe. Whereas, like, here we're with people, and we're against Smolder, who's not scaled in at all yet. Okay, we have fully ahead of us, Scare.
Yeah.
Alright. Ooh, good R. Okay, well they send 5.
Yeah. Is that all 5? Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
So Darius pushes top, gets top inner or top outer, and then plays for the Rift Herald, and then we can teleport back to either bot or mid and clear the wave. Horizon Focus or Storm Surge. I think Storm Surge is probably better. I haven't been keeping good track of it. My mid lane climb was earlier in the season, so I don't know. Like, I know they've been nerfing it.
They'll even teleport bot because the turret's gone.
Yep. Yeah, you just walk
Or
bot.
should I just... Yeah.
Walk bot, ult the wave, walk up, either wave. Heimerdinger gameplay, placing 3 turrets, then going AFK to make a sandwich. That is true. That is eerily like what it's like to play Heimerdinger.
Just go
Rampage.
mid here, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. So we're gonna have to get Luden, I think. Hit tab and just look at this Mordekaiser's build. What is he doing? Maybe not. Or not Luden, I mean, Void Staff. If he goes any MR, we have to go Void Staff so we can kill him, because he's getting really problematic already.
He did go Steel Caps first, which...
Okay.
I don't... Is there any other Tenacity items other than boots for more to build?
Gauge, Wit's End.
Oh yeah, I guess what's that? But neither of them he would really build.
Yeah, there's no AP tenacity.
Yeah, my concern isn't him having tenacity. My concern is just him getting MR. Like, if he gets Force of Nature, we can't really hurt him anymore. So then we'd have to give Void Staff, and he likes Force of Nature because he likes move speed. So. He's looking for the grope. Huh. I think our team is going to find a way to lose a game to this Mordekaiser. Interesting. Okay. Holy.
Yeah, the full combo does a lot, I've noticed, with Storm Surge.
No kidding. Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a world where we can just blow up the Mordekaiser. If he keeps building armor, especially, if he builds armor, he just builds... Hopefully he builds AP. We stay way outside of his attack range, and then we just annihilate him from afar.
That's fair.
Push wave first. Because if you walk up, the chance of Volibear's ulting on you and bonking you is really good. Whereas, like, if you push the wave, then you have prio, and it's just a little better. Now you can go to it. Look for your R. They're not going to pick up the Rift
grabbing
Field.
it?
Holy man. He flashes for it. Oh, brother. Alright. How close are we?
How did Darius get all the way down there?
Yeah, I don't know. How close are we to our item? Quite a ways, yeah. Okay, 1,000 gold. Yeah, just keep pushing waves. That is a very dangerous place to be, so go all the way around to your turret.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yep. We can give the turret. We don't care about the turret. We mostly just want to be alive.
I mean, I can ult wave, probably.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd E the front bit and then. Whew, thirsty. Now you could style on that Mordekaiser and print yourself some LP here real quick with a big shutdown.
Oh, this guy's dead.
Okay. Look for it. Look for it.
I don't have. Oh, Kaisa.
Master
she
Orn
got it.
player watches how dumb Brother Bear flashes for an easy Herald. Yeah, that's the thumbnail. That's the YouTube title. I don't know what the fuck that Bullet Bear flashed for that Rift Herald for. Yeah, just ult them. Just blast them. Look at them stand all close together. Goofy guys. It has no cooldown, so you may as well. I'd go to bot wave here, just as we want to play for the dragon, and we really want to get to our Storm Surge. I guess if Darius plays for a bush cheese, we could do that. I'd blue ward their red buff. Okay. Good. You can also deny the blast cone there by walking over to it and shooting yourself into the pit. Little small optimizations. You have ulti here in 4.
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
Yeah, that fight looks very lost to me, personally. Looks like real cooked.
Am
I'm gonna
I
be real with
dead
you.
here?
I would teleport out. I would go hide and teleport.
Yeah, they're gonna keep fucking with him.
I guess you.
I think he'll be alright.
Yeah, if your Darius gets their whole team is AP, so if he just gets Force of Nature, it's just unlosable. He's going Spirit. This is Kanik, yeah. I mean, Kanik's actually also kind of enlightened, so good for him. But I'd rather see Force for the move speed. But yeah, Kanik's also very good. Technically, that means that Banshee is also good for you, but I wouldn't really think about it like that. You just want to be a glass cannon and stand as far away from them as possible and make them as dead as possible. He's going AP, the volley, yes. Or not the volley, the Mordekaiser.
What should I do here? Should I go over to them with Baron, or should I stay bot?
Technically, you should stay bot gear item. It's
Okay.
There's not a hard answer. I would want my item spike before I would do anything else. That's my personal take.
Okay.
Because you're close, right?
I mean, I only need 50 gold.
50
yeah.
gold.
Mordekaiser's still here. I guess I do have TP, so.
Yeah. Does he have teleport? If he has teleport, you can. You can just.
I don't know what his timer is.
You can just stay in his range and just. Ooh. Okay, good. Him not having flash is good because he's the scary guy. So I would just be looking. I'm concerned he's gonna try to teleport to your team. So they don't know that they're about to die from their bottom right. So start paying caution to their bottom right to make sure they know. Because Sona's leaning towards. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and go to mid. Clear the wave. And then next up is gonna be.
Oh, my frames are tanking for some reason. I don't know what happened.
I would go Rabadon probably, the Rabadon or Horizon Focus next.
Okay.
Probably Rabadon at this point, honestly. Okay. Okay, you can go to bot.
Set this real quick. Pretty sure if I switch
you want that to be full screen usually. I could be wrong, but I think usually full screen is the best performance.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have a bad. I don't know why it's. I think it might just because I'm streaming.
Streaming, yeah, it's just too much stuff going on. Could be on the internet side of it too.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, here we're just playing we don't care how long the game goes. Third item is third item. If we get to it, it's cool. If we get a pick on him, then we can play for the Baron. Okay, good. Good W. And wait, if he dies, then his mom just doesn't shoot fire on the ground? Wouldn't she want to avenge him, or no?
That's just how all...
yeah, I mean, kind of.
Can we force Baron here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how abilities work unless Riot specifically dictates that the ability should.
It just feels like it's a little... I just feel like it's canonically uncool, right? I feel like You're up in the sky floating around. You see your son get roasted. I feel like you'd be like especially mad. I feel like you wouldn't call off the dogs. Be like, ah, well, he's dead. Yeah,
Right.
just, yeah, and just run top, clear wave. Good night, Mr. Heimerdinger. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Boy.
Prepare to E his exit location. Yeah. Good.
I mean, she probably altered him, I guess.
Exhaust.
Does she have exhaust? She does.
So we push mid here, and then yeah, I mean I'd go from here. I'd sack dragon, right, because our top laner's dead, and I'd go clear top wave. Like I'd ult the next wave just to steal it from these guys. Because we care about our gold and not theirs. Now we go to top wave. I mean, I guess if he wants dragon, personally I think dragon's scuffed. I would never do dragon here. Cool. He doesn't want it either, so.
Like Heist.
Our ideal back here is like 24 or 40 or something.
Yeah.
We can back earlier and get another needless large rod. Dragon's good now because Mordekaiser's top, so I go to dragon. Then you can also ult mid wave. It's up to you. Okay, ult mid wave. Good. Yeah, this is the annoying thing about Lux is she just makes like such a stupid amount of pressure for free. Okay.
You're like pretty much half health everybody with one ability.
So now it's bot wave, right? Because bot wave is the one that's pushing in towards us.
Okay.
Lux build Shadow Flame. Why? Do you have a, like? Does she? I mean,
it's pretty good. I don't know.
It's a good item.
Like, it's fine. It's not like good right now.
I'm just wondering if like what her take is. If she thinks that it's because they have shields and like Shadow Flame used to give value against shields, or if she's just talking for no reason. Like your itemization has nothing to do with the state of the game, one way or the other. Like you just need damage, in my opinion.
I look mid for a TP, or should I just keep pressuring bot?
TP is rough because you're gonna TP into CC, so I would just keep pressuring bot personally. If you're gonna TP, remember to TP very safely, because if you teleport in and then they just like Leona are where you land, it is very bad. This is 700 gold also, right? So inner turrets, the inner, top, and bot turrets are worth 700 gold. So getting these is worth a ridiculous amount of gold. Mordekaiser's dead. There are 2 mid and 2 right below mid, so you can keep pushing. I'd R the wave. Good. You can keep pushing here. And then keep going for the inner, or the inhib turret. And then, yeah, I mean, there's still 2 bot, 2 mid, so you're still good. Worst case scenario, we see Heimerdinger and we see Leona, so that means that worst case scenario, they're ADC. Okay, yeah, and I think we just probably he's not a threat to us. Okay, I guess he does do some damage, but we just want to keep pressure on him here. Good. Do it. Yeah, alright. Now reset. And this is our Rabadon. Good blue ward usage to make sure you're not being like collapsed on. And then you can teleport straight back to bot if you want, or sell your Dorn's Ring. Yeah, good. And then you can teleport right back to bot if you want, because your team's sieging mid, right? So if you go bot, then you have like pressure with them. Okay. Play a little careful because your mid's not on pressure yet. Oh, run away. Run further away. Flash. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Oh.
It's fine, just good. Okay. Faker with the movement. If you can get to the Infernal Cinder thingy, it will give you move speed so you can flee.
I think I'm dead here no matter what.
That's alright. He's wasting his time. He has all the gold on his team, and he's just losing all of his inhibs because he's chasing you. And now you can go Horizon Focus or Shadow Flame. Either way is fine.
I'll appease the
appease
the Sona.
Yeah, for sure.
Do I even need tier at this point?
No.
I have Ludens.
No, you don't need it at all. It was just to give you an early laning phase where you never had to worry about backing for mana.
Okay.
Because the downside to tier is that you get like less stats. So if you need to trade, then you need like it kind of sucks. But if you're in a lane where there's just nothing happening, then the mana just matters more.
Need to figure out why my game is running like garbage.
Yeah, I mean we're just playing for. I would play for Baron personally. I would just ask them if they'll do Baron or type Baron or ping whatever will convince them that Baron is the way to go.
Gotta execute.
Clear red buff as well, because after 20 minutes, like the buffs are universal, so it's good to clear them. If you have nothing else going on, it's good to like just do them because then your team gets the value off of them, right? Basically saving your team time. Okay. Keep using your W2 to keep yourself full health. Okay, look for a kill here. Ooh. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
If they stall for an eternity, the waves are pushing in.
The
Oh,
Elder
it's an
is
Elder.
also up.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, it's not really a problem. It's just more like we probably have to try to snipe that with our R. What does our R do right now? Like 800, 900?
1231.
Holy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess you know what to do. It's like, what, a 1.5-second channel time? Something like that?
Yes. I believe.
So yeah, just keep my eye on it.
Oh boy. Ow.
Definitely if they get Elder, it's a different game for a second. Yeah, just keep whipping W's. Keep your team as healthy as you can. Okay, look for the Elder. Oh, never mind.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, good. Nice. Well, your minions are kind of ending, so if they keep fucking around up here, they will lose their base, which is really good. And if they back, then they lose Elder, so...
Did a lot. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't really know what the play is here.
Just keep hitting them. They're losing their base to your minions, so you're just chilling. The pressure is on them to make a play, not on you. Yeah, and I don't think they're even going to try to do the Elder at this point, so... Use your E for vision. Because your E,
Still doing it.
I mean, yeah, I tried it for an E seal, I guess. Oh, alright, yeah, just kill him. Fuck it. Get him. Alright. Triple kill. Alright, GG. Slight mid differential. That reset by Horizon Focus and the teleport forward.
Yeah.
Oh, Shadow Flame, right? Yeah, I would just tick and then teleport forward, maybe. Okay. Cool. Well played, well played.
Worthless jungler. It kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just can Mordekaiser 1v9 or no. That's all that game was.
I feel like I got some things to focus on.
Cool.
Sucks that they were both wins, to be honest with you. Kind of wanted to. I don't know.
I mean, we can
Like
look
I
at
was gonna
loss
throw
of
you.
yours if you want.
I was gonna throw you a loss just to see what I was doing wrong.
Yeah,
for the most
I mean,
part.
we can do that.
Because like I can follow directions, but it's
we can
it's
open
an
one of your
entirely
losses
different thing.
and just look at the game and see what we see.
Job Nocturne.
Did Volley use the rift he flashed for? I did not see him use the rift he flashed for, no. He forgot about it, sir.
Actually, yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do is look at one of your losses, let me see. FireChicken1. Let me look at the.
Probably this one was the most, because like there was a couple losses that I had where it's just like, I mean, just people were running it down. It was just kind of unwinnable. I trolled
Sure.
this game.
Which loss was it?
I was just probably the 3-6 one, the solo duo unlocks. Probably. I feel like that one was definitely winnable.
What's
I think I was
the
3-1.
What is your tagline? It's not NA1. What is it?
217, I think.
Okay, there's some guy named FireChicken1, and he's a GP player. Just so you know.
That's my other account.
Oh, okay.
I don't really play GP, but I was letting my
217?
buddy use it.
127.
Yeah, 217.
217. FireChicken1.
Aside from the 5 games I just played from Ahri, it's the second one down from that.
Okay.
It'd be like 3, 6, and 8.
Yeah,
Probably.
it is resisting my efforts to find the account. Can you go up to the right hand side and just hover over the thing real quick for me?
Oh yeah.
If you hover over the picture, NA. Oh, NA217. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, match history.
Should I just watch your stream, or are you gonna
I'll
stream
open.
in
I'll
the
open it in
Discord?
Discord. That way it's like more real time. I think my stream's on a very short delay, but I don't want it to be on like any amount of delay. 122, or which one?
It's the 3-6. Where is it? 3-6-8.
Okay, Game of Lux.
Yeah.
Shadow Flame, Horizon Focus, Storm Surge, Barrier Flash. Okay, so stream, I apologize if the stream chokes a little bit on this. I'm going to stop watching this. I'm going to share my screen. In theory, I would be surprised if my potato of a PC can handle this, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, I can just watch your stream too.
No.
It's not a big deal.
Worst case scenario, I'll just close stream. I'd rather have it be real time for you since you paid for a coaching. I don't see a reason to make you watch something 4 seconds behind me talking. So this should show you the right screen.
Yep.
Okay, so looking at the comps, right? We have Ezreal MF bot lane. We have, say, APMF. Just so I know, is this going to be APMF? This is APMF. Okay. So we have. Well, okay, start the game. That's not good. So we have Garen, Zac, Lux, Ezreal, and MF. So Garen is usually, he has 2 ways that he plays the game. He either is a pure split pusher, or he goes like anti-tank and tries to shred for your ADCs. He goes like Cleaver, Mortal Reminder, and just kind of spins around. Zac is a ganking jungler. Lux is a pokey mid laner. Ezreal MF is kind of like lane pokey bully type lane. And they scale in very well. Like Ezreal's early game is okay. MF's early game is pretty good. Once you get to like where MF is just dumping ultis and Ezreal's just jumping around, it's pretty good. Enemy team has a lot of CC. That's kind of the big thing that stands out to me, right? We have Vex Sphere. He's going Blue Cane, so he has a slow on his W. Set has the stun. He has the Batista bomb. And then Ashe has all the CCs and slows. So there's an awful lot of slows is kind of what stands out to me. And CCs. So Garen and Zac are really good and important here because they're both going to go like tanky and anti-slow. Like Garen will almost certainly get Dead Man's Plate. Probably going to be some Mercury Treads here. And for you, there's not really like super good targets. Obviously, like you can poke Vex early because your range is higher and her stuff is harder to hit at high range. You can sit outside of her range and toss abilities. Ashe is an okay target, but Braum shield will block your E and block your Q, so that kind of limits what you can and cannot do. Blue Kayn is going to be looking to pop you very regularly, so you're probably going to have to play like something of a chicken shit. I think just
I
like
think
looking at this,
if
their
I
team has a
remember
decent
correctly,
advantage.
I think this game I was 3-0 or 3-1, and then we just slowly lost.
Sure.
So that's mainly the reason I wanted to show you this one. Was
Sure,
just
sure.
because there was definitely I feel like there was definitely something we could do. I was getting a beer.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
To open the game, definitely like in the majority of ranked games, like I mean, like this is I absolutely do this, but as a general rule, if you are playing ranked, it is best to try to be here, just because if your team ints the early game, like if you go up and die level 1 or they die level 1 or something happens, you can just lose the game morally because they'll like die, ping you for being MIA or standing at tower, and you can also get vision on like where their jungler starts. So for example, your jungler is a ganking jungler. Arcus Veda, thank you for the sub, the gifted sub, Zuri. Thanks for hanging out, and yeah, thanks for giving that sub over to him. So like this is one of the things we're talking about is early. So their jungler is a farming jungler. Your jungler is a ganking jungler. Okay. So your jungler does things like 1-2-3 camp into gank bot, or 3 camp into crossing the top side, ganking, and then going to his top side. The Kayn will just full clear. Like 95% of the time, the Kayn's just gonna full clear. So if you know where he started, that's really good. If you know where where he's going to, so let's say that this ward wasn't here, you could always look for a push to get a ward on wraps, to see if it's got clearing up or clearing down. Later on in the game, you're going to want to put a pink ward into this bush because that will protect you from Kayn from above. You'll put a pink ward. I can't ping, I guess, but you'll put a. Can you see my cursor?
no.
Okay, so you'll put a pink ward here,
Yeah.
and then you'll put a regular ward like right here.
Okay.
And that will make sure that Kayn cannot get to you from above, and then you will just lean towards the top side of the lane. Leaning just meaning you're going to stand towards the top side. Because then if Kayn wants to get to you, let's say you're over here, right? On the top side. If Kayn wants to get to you, he either has to go over your vision so you see him, or he has to come from below and walk through a big wide open lane to get to you, at which point you can just react towards your vision. So you're always kind of leaning towards whichever side has this brush and you have your pink and such. So like early, what I'm looking for you to do is get a pink up there and try to control and lean towards that, and use your range advantage to poke on the Vex early. So that's kind of the hope.
I probably didn't do that, but
we do know that Kayn started his top side because we can see his blue buff and he's not doing it. So we know he started top side, and that we know that means that you're probably going to be either getting level 3 gank from above, or he'll go into a full clear top to bot, and then you'll be vulnerable from below when at like the 330, 345 mark. So he should either be here at 230, like 215, 230 from a top side, or from 340 from the bot side. So we're both level 2, we're just handshaking minions, this is fine. Our ideal first back is obviously going to be our Lost Chapter. Good sidestep.
Bought Lost Chapter this game.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you're building first, I would recommend just building Luden or whatever builds from Lost Chapter first, because mana, or Lux has kind of mana contention issues. So Lost Chapter is the traditional solution to that. If you want to just go Storm Surge open, that's totally fine, but you will have some mana issues probably.
Still taking mana flow ban here too, so it doesn't really make up for it, but it kind of helps.
Okay. Yeah, the poke is fine here. So right here, this is kind of rough. So right here, this is kind of like the first what I would consider sizable mistake. So right here, look at the wave, right?
Yeah.
So she has a much bigger wave than you, and she just hit level 4, so she's stronger than you. The wave is going to bounce off your turret. Right now, you should just accept that this wave is going to bounce off your turret and back off. Because you're going to get chunked, and the problem is the next wave is going to come up, and then you need to be able to collect this wave and next wave and push it so you can reset. So you're going to take like a bunch of damage here. You should never really be able to freeze this. And we also don't really care about freezing this. Like, the way that you're standing is basically like, hey, I'm trying to freeze this wave. But there's not a lot of
Yeah.
value to freezing this, and it's definitely not worth losing all the health, right?
Okay. All right.
Kane showed top, 16 CS, and he killed your Garen. I don't even know what the implications of that are, but your Zac is punishing by taking Kane's bot side. So Kane should now go to his Gromp, most likely. Actually, is he doing... Hold on, is he doing your Zac's top side? What the fuck? Okay, anyway. We won't try to guess about low elo junglers and what they're doing, but yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
he's doing something unorthodox is the moral of the story.
Unorthodox.
Have trouble playing against Vex. She has a lot of range. She has a lot of range, but her stuff is relatively easy to dodge. Lux has more range. She just stay outside of it and poke. Anything short range, yeah, it's like impossible playing into Vex. So here, the real issue is that your health is very low, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a good option because the wave's pushing away from us. So if you back, she can freeze on you and deny you a bunch of CS and XP. So you have to stay and try to push this under. It's also just kind of tough from this position. And we also know she's about to hit 5, right? Because we're 5 and she's missed no XP, so she'll be 5 soon. So she's going to have like a big health and mana advantage over us.
Back here. Yeah.
Looking for a reset. This is fine. She's pushing into us. Like, if she just didn't hit the wave, you're just cooked. But she hits the wave. We back and we buy Aether Wisp. That is, I will say, Aether Wisp probably the worst option, I think. I guess, I mean, 850, you could go... I would probably always just go double book over this. The move speed is pretty irrelevant, and the 10 extra AP is pretty relevant. I don't think I would usually open Aether Wisp, just for the record. I would against stuff that's, like, this could maybe be a good alternative against, like, Karthus, where, like, you need to dodge the Qs or something. But, like, against Vex, you're just going to want to stay outside of range anyway, so I probably would not open Aether Wisp because you're shorting yourself on AP. Let's clear the wave. She's 6. She could... I mean, she's not going to try to kill us. Cool. Interesting. She's being very passive. I don't think she has enough mana for a full rotation. Is probably part of it. Yeah, 170 mana, 75, 55, 70. No, she's not close to a full rotation. That's why. Okay. Well, she wants to back. So here's the thing, right? She wants to back. She is not backed yet. She just hit 6. You're going to hit 6 very soon, right? Probably this next wave. And she wants to back. So in my mind, when I see her backing up and acting like she can't full combo us, I'm going to try to either pressure her so she can back, or I'm going to try to rotate to this play. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I live with this. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a Herald play that really went awry, if I remember correctly.
Okay. This is good.
I think the early game it was fine. Like I don't know.
Here.
It was like we had a great lead.
Perfect.
And then...
I was gonna say yeah, definitely just ult this wave and get it under. And now here, like we get the pressure, we can play for 1 plate, and then we can either take for a reset, or we can instantly push this next wave, and then look for a reset. So this looks good. So she does have her whole combo. She has ulti and ignite, so I just want to clear this wave and then take a reset. I probably wouldn't pressure up here. Just because you don't have resources and she has resources and we don't know enough about what's happening on the map, I don't think. Hopefully we ult this wave and then take a reset or something. Or like just push the wave, clear it.
I think I might.
Oh, actually got a dragon play happening. Okay. Dragon play's over, so now we're just thinking how can we get out of this laning situation. Because our mana's running kind of low, right? So we'd love to just... Okay. Yeah, we're just out of mana. It's so unfortunate. Okay, it works out. Yeah, like, I wouldn't really try to chase very much like this. Because, like, okay, Kayn is incredibly mobile. Ashe is very good at kiting. And you haven't really had any mana, and you're just kind of losing XP. I would never really chase this. I would just go up to mid lane, crash this, take a reset. Because you can get a really big advantage over Vex right now if you just walk up, clear this wave, and then take a reset. Because she was dead, and she'll lose this whole wave. You'll get this whole wave, and then you can get like a really good timer on her on your reset. Come back to lane and bully her. And this chase is kind of just not super good.
It's the bot, I think.
It ends up
Was all that
being
was happening.
all right overall. Because the wave ends up slow building into you, and you end up coming back here to get it. You lose a little bit. You get double amp tome and Sorks. Nice. Come back to mid, clear the wave. Good. Okay, good. There's a top wave happening, We've just kind of sacked bot lane, it looks like. Same situation here, we can push roam if we want, we can just ult and push. Okay. Good. So right now, we just cleared. I wouldn't really stay and harass her. Because, like, I mean, you can stay for one plate, I guess, really quick. Just, like, max range, just poke down really fast, and then just bail. Like, I'd never try to poke her, right? Because you're running low on mana already, and you get more value by just going somewhere else and doing something else. Like, getting vision down, getting wards down, and, like we're not really able to whittle her down in a meaningful way because she's not under any pressure right now to like farm or hit minions or react to plays. You're just dancing around in free open space, right? Skill shot champions want to play in a situation where the enemy is under pressure to take the skill shots to get value. So like if she's trying to hit minions, then you can land skill shots. But when she's just running around in the open, it's very hard to land your stuff.
Yeah.
Rotate up towards the play, this is fine. Make sure you take these river plants. These river plants are actually very, very good. Especially when you're running low on mana. They'll give you like 30% of your mana back. So they're like a little cheat code for your resource management issues, especially like mana in particular. Push.
I was going straight damage for a while. I don't know. It felt alright because I could just ult the wave and do that and then back if I needed to. And it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea. I don't think like you need the tier or anything necessarily. Like against Vex, you want to be able to trade, so the tier loses value. The Heimerdinger, the only reason we did that, it's like singed, right? Like we can't kill him, so we may as well just be able to throw abilities to clear the wave. Is kind of the mentality. But against Vex, you do want stats. I wouldn't go tier or anything like that against Vex. Okay.
Yeah. And I think this Grubs play is the first time I died. I think, maybe not. Yeah. No.
The plays just are like so sprawly. Like, okay, now we take a reset. Cool.
It's tough because like sometimes you want to like completely ignore your team and
Yeah.
just kind of like do your own game.
There's
but
definitely
like
a healthy place in between where you're working with your team, but also not just like horribly overcommitting things. Because some of the times, like sometimes you're baiting your own team into things by being there. Basically, like your Zach goes for a fight, and then he sees, well, my Lux is behind me, so I guess I can keep going. And then you're like, man, hey, I want to leave, but like by being there, you're convincing him to continue the play. So. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you like never go to your team's plays and just focus only on your gold or anything like that, but I will say as a general rule, like especially the more mobile the enemy champion is, the less valuable it is to chase. Kayn and Ashe ring alarm bells in my mind as champions we shouldn't be chasing.
Yeah.
Okay. We could potentially push wave before we rotate here, but this is fine. Like this is a pretty urgent play, so I think coming down is fine. Good.
I think here's kind of shit, but I also don't really know where else I can position to because like Vex was a little bit farther down, and like Kayn was I think ulted inside of somebody.
Yeah, he was inside your Zach. Yeah, you don't
so
really
I just
have
kind of got collapsed on.
super good options in that fight. The reality is like right here. Auto, then R, and then okay, the Kayn's here, so we fight back. We're kind of low. Okay.
Yeah, like I just kind of wanted to follow. Yeah.
So yeah, we're just trying to like help him out. Like right here, the way that this play should really ideally go is you go back to mid, clear this wave. She goes back down to bot, clears this wave, and then nothing happens. That's like the best way this play could go. So you guys move down towards them, and MF and a gesture of solidarity comes up, and then it turns into like this really big ordeal that didn't need to happen. Because if you go to mid and MF goes to bot, Kane will go to blue, clear this, you guys all just reset, and then like it turns into a later fight where everybody has full health. So we kind of this is a good example of us kind of instigating it by supporting with our motion, because the MF pulls up, she gets ulted, she gets bopped. We go down to help her, which I think this is fine. Like all in all, there's not like what you did here is reasonable and it's fine. Like not like super good options. Just the overall team play is kind of bad here. We're looking for an opportunity on Kane. Man, that's like the thinnest miss.
Frame. Yeah, the
It's like
frame perfect. Ult.
Yeah. So then we look for the Vex.
But yeah, and then Ashe and Braum just kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you really did anything wrong there, all in all. Like, I probably wouldn't have gone to it at all, but like, once you went to it, you played it about as well as you could play it, I think.
Okay.
It's hard to argue, like, frame perfect Kane R is what, you know, that you misplayed that somehow. Okay, they kill the wave. Holy dear lord, please just back, man.
Yeah.
Holy, okay, so we go to mid. We toss some abilities. Should just ult the wave, be done with it. Okay, good. So right now,
First does kind of chunker with like a Q ult.
for sure.
I don't know. I think she's at like 30% health right now.
Yeah, she's incredibly low. She has to back, so that's huge. And then you can just do the exact same thing here, just fast push the wave. You're just going to like gradually build an XP and gold lead by forcing them to back off plays like that. So right now the game state's pretty fine. You're down a dragon, but you're, I guess you're even in grubbies.
I think we're down 2 grubs actually.
Okay. There's no
Is
vision.
that what, 4?
There's no way to track it apparently, unfortunately, that
Top.
I can see.
I think it's the top thing. Like
Oh,
right next
yeah,
to the.
It is too. Nice. Yeah, they have 4 and you have 2. Okay. Down a couple grubbies. They don't have the crucial 5-6 grubby. We're down 1 dragon. We're even top turrets. Mid turret is slightly in your favor. Bot turret is pretty even. Overall gold is good. Whole team is doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think this is where it goes completely south
Okay.
from this point on. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So we're pushing
I
wave.
don't even really think it's purposely my fault, but I feel like there's definitely things I could have done to like fix.
Okay,
like
so
here,
this
probably
is-
shouldn't be here.
Yeah, this is pretty easy. Like, we know Vex is a relatively high threat champion, and we know that she likes to dive bomb in. So one thing you can do, right, is I think, do we have vision for timer or no? Okay, you hit her. Let's say you don't know yet. Okay, like right now, when you start hitting this wave, right now, you can start thinking to yourself, she's probably backed. Like once you don't see her, you think she's probably backed. Okay, so you can assume that between the next 10 to 25 seconds, she'll be back here. Because if you kill somebody, it's their death timer plus 25 seconds. Well, mid lane is actually 20. It's their death timer plus 20 seconds to when they'll be back at the turret. So let's just assume that she backed 10 seconds ago or whatever, right? So that means that it is that back timer. She has to heal, so like add 5 seconds, and then 20 seconds from then, 25 seconds, and it's 10 seconds ago. So 15 seconds is about all you have here. So by 16:20, we're in a pretty high threat zone, and she's ranged and can R. So she can just toss that at whatever range. So it's okay if you want to use this to take the turret, but you should be strafing around, trying to make it kind of harder to hit yourself. Holding stock still, it's like playing against like Ashar, right? Which you are, but like it's like playing against Ashar. If you're holding still, you're just asking for it, right? Yeah, so that's just there's really no pressure on you to take the turret, so that's kind of just a mistake, because now you're going to lose. So 25, so like right now, 20 seconds, right? You won't be back in lane. Right now, let's say you just charge straight back to mid. It's 20 seconds plus this timer, so 41 seconds. So you're going to lose this wave and probably next wave. Right, so that's just super fast forward, right? So you get back into lane, 17:20, right? So roughly on par with this 35 to 38. And you lose that wave. And now push the next wave, ult this wave. So you're doing the right idea with your champion, you know, you're just blowing the wave up and rotating, that's good. The reset, I'm guessing you maybe hit your item spike. Maybe you have
Yeah,
your...
I think I had something. I forget what it was.
Okay. Clearing the wave. See Garen in trouble. Okay. This is a scuffed
Pretty
fight.
shitty.
It's a pretty bad
Yeah,
fight. It's just 3v5, right? So like, one's dead, one of you is bot, and there's 5 people here, so being here is bad. Like, you should pretty much just leave numbers disadvantage fights. Like, it's kind of shitty, but like, the reality is like numbers disadvantage fights will not usually go your way. Even fights are kind of bad. Like, you really want to only fight when you have numbers advantages, but definitely don't fight 3v5. Like, don't be afraid of just leaving the fight. Like, ping caution, 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 and just leave.
Like there, we just like I'm pretty sure we just lose the game.
Yeah, I mean that
off
play.
Of that play singularly.
It was like the Vex play where she killed us turns into her having prio for the next fight, and then that turns into that fight, and then it's like the game has become very bad very fast, right? We were up 2,000, now we're down 3,000. So it's 5,000 gold swing. They've just gotten another dragon, and then they got 2 mid turrets, which is worth another 1,000 gold. So
now, should I just not go over to help at all? Like, should I just give up and say whatever my team does? Because I still feel like we lose Herald there. We definitely still.
So let's do
probably
like,
go down a lot of gold.
Let's do it from your vision, right? So you're here. MF is chasing down Set. We cancel our back to help her. What I'm seeing at this point, I would never stop my back for that. Like, because all you saw was her chasing Set. That's not enough information for you to want to stay. Whatever you were backing for has to have still been good. But right now, okay, pause. We saw 1, 2, 3. Garen's top, Zach and Ezreal are bot. So it's just 2v3 right now at best. So I'm feeling very much like I shouldn't be in this fight. I don't really want to be in this fight. Even if you feel strong, this is still kind of a scuffed fight. And like, if anything, I'm staying to R the wave.
Committed to it, you know. Like, I think that I was still just kind of like looking to clear the wave.
Yeah,
and
for sure. So right here, your MF is way too deep.
Yeah.
And we see Braum and Garen MF. So we see 2v2, right? Now we're starting to see Kayn. We see Kayn. We see Vex. So this 4v3 at best right now. I would just not go to this. Like, straight up, I would just not go to this fight. Because you can't, like, you 3 against those 3 is going to be really hard. Because Vex is fairly strong, right? Kayn is fairly strong. So you guys' top 3 are kind of comparable, but you're on their side of the map, right? So they've got, their teammates can rotate to this more quickly, and your Ezreal is for sure not coming. So this is at best 4v5 or 4v4, at worst 3v5. So I probably just wouldn't go to this, honestly. And like, even like right now, it's just getting worse and worse and worse, right? Like, MF is in Narnia. Now she's dead. Now I'm gone. Like, I'm absolutely never. I'm literally just like running straight this way, straight over here, caution pinging, typing goodbye, fleeing.
Yeah, Zach went back in, and I don't know.
My guess is that he was trying to get you out. That's my basic feeling as to what his intentionality was. But either way, the play is just toasted. I'm for sure never going back towards it.
Okay.
Because like, what's the worst that happens if you guys choose not to fight, right? Like, then maybe like one person dies or something. Like,
see, because that decision was kind of made for me though. Whenever MF and
for
Garen
sure
were there.
Yeah. I mean, they're inting, right? Like, them being here is inting, 100%.
He gets a shutdown.
Like, I don't think this is like your mistake or anything like that. It's just like the MF and the Garen are inting, and then like they just kind of drag us down with them is all that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if I'm up, even if I'm up here, I guess I could clear the wave. But they have Herald. I mean, MF is here to clear the wave even, and it still kind of just results in them getting a tower.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I would say us being here encourages Zach to come in.
Okay.
And then, so basically, like, you're not responsible for that. You're responsible for your own death, and you maybe incentivize Zach to die. That's kind of how I would look at this. And like, again, I wouldn't say like this is like blamed on you or anything like that. It's just like, if you want to be really strict about it,
it's okay to blame it on me. I'm fine with it. Because like that's what I'm looking to get out of this. Really, is just like Like this play, like clearly just swung a gold advantage by, you know,
Yeah. And I think if you and
3K.
Zach are up here, with MF, like they don't siege this. Like
Okay.
Zach just ease into this, you ER it, or you don't have your R, so you just E it or whatever. MF clears it. Like they can't just walk up like this and just like bonk her. So
Yeah.
it's just a little bit of a different play.
Okay.
Look at this. This is why this right here. This is why I hate this damn thing.
I agree.
Like, what is this?
I
How does
agree.
it drive into the wall, bro? Like she's
It's
clearly
a
trying to drive
classic.
it somewhere, but where?
It's a fucking
man?
classic.
Yeah, I would say that play is pretty much like end of view. Like that game just like that play kind of just toasts the game. Just off the MF and the Garen kind of being in Narnia. So we push, which is good, right? There's no objectives really available for us. We're just trying to clear waves. Vex comes up. We have Zach below us. We have MF below us. We're tossing some abilities. Vex has to use her Zani. That's huge. QE. Cool. Clear the wave. Clear the wave. Cool. We're just strafing around, clearing some stuff. This is good. Okay, we're out of mana, so we have to reset. Oh, we're playing for the dragon timer. Okay, I see. Okay.
I don't think it actually goes that bad. Like I don't think this one goes all that
This
poorly.
looks okay so far. It's getting worse really quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Overstay, I think.
Yeah, and then Set gets inner, and Set's gonna push down towards inhib. They get the dragon.
Yeah, I think Garen at this moment is complaining about how he can't fight Set. This very moment.
I mean, he's not really kitted in a way that would make him
Yeah.
meaningfully able to do so. And now, I mean, now you're down 5k, so it's getting kind of dire. And wait, you guys got that dragon? Huh?
I think I stole it. I think. Oh, wait, no.
What the
I don't know.
Ezreal
I don't know what happened with it.
Ezreal
Oh,
stole
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Holy. Okay. All is forgiven.
remember
We'll
that
play
now.
Ezreal. So where are we? We are over here clearing waves. Good. So we're just kind of zoning for the Garen, hovering around the Baron, tossing some abilities. Vex is dead. Okay, this could be Baron. Set spot. Vex is dead. Ashe is dead. I would do Baron right now. Oops. I would do the Baron right now if possible. I would just walk up towards that. Because right now, like, we have information on 3 of them, and it seems pretty free. Kind of deep, but it might be okay.
Yeah, I think this didn't actually turn out that bad.
Okay, we push the inner. It's pretty good gold. Take our reset. Okay, it's not ideal. Like, it could have been Baron, but like the inner is pretty good. It's worth 700 gold, and then we also get a couple of kills. Walk over some vision. Oh, blue cane. All right.
Yeah, that one was. I do remember that one. That one. I didn't expect him to be there with all of the.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the blue ward makes me feel a little bit of concern, but yeah, I don't think this is like horribly unreasonable. You're just kind of looking for a flank play here. Do we have wards? What do we have? We have regular wards. You ward here ahead of yourself, and the guy just kills you.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty excusable. I don't know. Like, I don't think that's horrible. Other than tell you to just play away really safely. Like, I don't know. That's where you were at seems reasonable given the situation. There's no dragon there, right? Baron is the next play. His whole team is mid. It's just the tank v the tank bot, so I wouldn't really expect the Kayn to be there. Okay. Team's just kind of messing around. The gold is still fairly even. Oops.
Back with the top tower. Whenever we did something there. I think we got a shutdown and then the inner.
Garen gets inner here, hopefully. No.
I think he just gets murdered. Yeah.
Okay. Playing for the set.
Yeah, I think he gets out here. If I remember correctly.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think there's really.
He's just tanky. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I think
the only
here
thing
is where we lose the game. I believe right here is where we lose.
Shadow
But I don't
Flame.
think that.
Okay.
I don't.
Your build's
I
fine.
don't.
Okay. Flashes down.
He dies here.
Zach regenerates. You shoot for the dragon, don't quite land it. We push mid. Garen's ahead of us. Their set is not up yet. Zach's jumping in. Zach jumps in. We move forward. Toss Q. We are for a lot of this game. Pain. Okay, we ult away, which is good. Yeah, I mean, we're just like kind of overstaying the situation. We don't really have the level of control we need to just be sitting here permanently. Not like you, just like the whole team.
Yeah.
Reset for mana. Off to bot side. Yeah, I feel this is reinforcing to me that you probably should be building a lost chapter item first, because you've been for a lot of the game. You've hit it back for mana quite a few times.
I think they just. I don't exactly. I think Garen just keeps trying to split, and he dies, and then we can't do anything on the map.
Yeah, that's
We don't have any pressure.
fair. Yeah, and here, like, your option is try to either steal the Baron or don't try to steal the Baron. I think it's fine to try, because what else are you going to do? Doesn't quite happen. Okay, looking for the E. Very close. Zach jumps in.
Yeah, I think we kill 4 of them here. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yes,
it doesn't seem like the game's
backdooring,
out
yeah.
of reach, but without Garen actually up, it kind of just makes it. And like, I don't want to just sit here and blame my teammates the whole time, because I don't really think it's anything constructive.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think, like, the thing to realize, right, is, so whenever you're playing, like, 40% of your games, you will automatically win. 4% of your games, you'll automatically lose. Based off of, like, their team is just better, your team is just worse. Their team has a Smurf, your team has an Inter. Your team has a Smurf, their team has an Inter. A lot of your games are decided, and you affect those games in ways, but you really, really control like 20 to 40% of your range in the middle of your games, right? So, like, this game, like, there are really small things you could do better and improve on, and like we didn't need to die to the Vex for the tower, and that chained into some really kind of ugly plays in the mid game. But for the most part, you've played the game pretty well, I would say. Like, even if you played this game picture perfectly, unless you did like some really over the top perfect super smurf plays, like, I don't think I'm not really seeing anything where it's like, if you make this play differently, you just win the game, you know?
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, it's not, you're like, 100% of games, 5 people are going to lose, right? Like, that's just the way the game works. So it's not unreasonable to just lose the game, and that's okay. Like, I think you've played it pretty well so far. There were some small things to improve, and yeah, I mean, if you have a split pusher and your split pusher is not as strong as their split pusher, it's very hard to play the game. Like, the reality is, your team has Garen against Set. If Garen goes to side lane against Set in side lane, the Set is beating him, so your Garen can't split. So that's just the reality. Like, your Garen can join and try to team fight, or he can keep trying to split and eventually catch up. Those are kind of the options. He's trying to split, it's not working. And that just is what it is.
Like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I could CS better. I could probably
I mean,
CS
if you
under
have
tower better.
If you
stuff
have
like that.
your whole, like, if you add a Rabadon to your build right now, maybe you can carry. I don't know. Like, if you had 3,000 more gold in your build from your rotations, from like a couple of like solo lane kills, from like an extra tower, maybe like it's enough stats that you can carry. But like, realistically, I would say this is a little grief, because this is Soul, so you probably should be here. And they don't have teleport.
Like the top wave. Okay.
And,
Yeah,
they don't have teleport, so like the worst case scenario, right? Like, Set's not going to teleport to this and push. If Set has teleport, that changes this play, because then like he could backdoor or do something really sus.
I don't know. I guess I don't know if Set was showing here at that time whenever I went to go bot or top to clear the wave. I guess he was. Yeah. He backed, or well, he kind of.
And in your defense, they are pinging to go to it. Like, on their side, they are pinging for it. So it's not that your play is bad. It's just like, you know, it's it's Soul, so it's an option one way or the other.
I also wasn't really paying attention to the Dragon timer either, I will admit.
So he goes the Dragon play. The Dragon play is kind of toasted. That's Soul. Soul's pretty... Infernal Soul's very hard to play through, and then they just walk down the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Exactly what happened. Yeah. And Set still has Baron as well, because we didn't kill him the Baron play.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything like super stands out there. I would say like maybe you were Umalot.
So I don't think there was much. I also don't think there was much room to roam, and that might have a lot to do with the fact I didn't have much mana either.
Right.
I kind of am forcing myself to back by doing it.
Right.
I also think that like Ludens is actually a pretty good item. I don't know. Swap out Ludens for Storm Surge first, and then go Storm Surge.
I would go Luden, Storm Surge, Horizon Focus, or Shadow Flame, and then Rabadon 4 or something. Because
Okay.
Rabadon 4 or 5 is stupidly OP. If you're getting to it at 4 or 5, like it's super strong. And I think you just need mana. And like in theory, Mana Flow Band can cover that, but you said you have Mana Flow Band here, and that's not
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cutting it. And so
I have the secondary. What is it?
Palm, Presence Mind?
Yeah, Presence.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, if we have all that stuff, we should. Like, you're still out of mana too much, so I think an item has to be subbed in, whatever that is.
Okay.
And the Luden's items are kind of notorious for being that item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of where I would land on it. I think you played this pretty well, all in all. Without seeing like your camera control and exactly what you were seeing, I think you played that pretty well. I think like your really big crucial mistake was dying mid lane to the turret when you were trying to take the turret and the Vex ulted you. That's the big negative thing you contributed to that game, right?
Yeah. And I honestly do agree with that. I think that was because that's definitely where it just went completely downhill. And I think we gave over a shutdown on Garen. It was like 700 gold or something.
Right.
Which I don't think I can stop the shutdown from happening on Garen because he's obviously just ooga booga queuing in no
Right.
matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I don't know. I guess by me being there, Zach also died, which probably did end up throwing that game out of whack.
Yeah, it
Because I
just
don't know.
kind of
I
like
think
it's
Garen
like
probably does kill Set if he doesn't lose that shutdown.
right.
He
Yeah, I think
might.
like you're there, so you die. Zach goes in because you're there. You and Zach die. They rift mid. They get inner. Inner opens up map. Inner creates pressure. Because they take inner, they kill MF. So they get 3 kills plus inner because you die there.
Yeah.
Like in like the most extreme way of looking at it, they get like 3 kills in inner because you die there.
Yeah.
I think that's extreme, but if you wanted to be really stringent, that's kind of what it would be.
All right, man. Well, this has been very enlightening. I really appreciate your insight and the coaching and everything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. Probably pretty late for you. It's about
Yeah.
3:30 for me, so
Yeah, I'm Eastern Standard Time too, so.
gotcha. But hey, man, I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, honestly.
For sure.
It was a
Thanks
good
for the
time.
session, man. Yeah, it was good working with you. And yeah, I
For
mean,
sure.
like it seems like I don't know. I think you're playing at a better than silver level right now. Like looking at your gameplay, obviously, like barring like a couple of small things from the first game, and barring the fact that your top laner just quits the game, like I think if you just play those couple of champions that you're enjoying and just put in reps on them and try to think about some of the things we talked about and try to put the game in those contexts, like I think you'll easily climb into gold and probably move towards platinum pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's kind of what my goal is really, is just kind of to get to, at least mid to high gold, maybe platinum, hopefully next, because I'm not going to switch accounts either. Like, I don't know.
Oh,
I
I
have
mean,
all,
there's no pressure on that to do that either. I was just saying, like, other than that being the solution, like they said they actually said they're making changes to make it so that if you have a good win rate, if your account is low reload, like they'll just give you better gains to make sure
right.
that if you have a good win rate, you can climb. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't abandon the
And,
account or anything like that for sure.
but yeah, I really appreciate it, man. It was a good time. You said you were going to post it to YouTube. Is it just your name on Twitch?
Yeah, it's
Same thing
just
for your YouTube channel?
yep, Honorbound 156. I will
Okay.
when I post it, so I will whenever I close stream, I'll pull the VOD down, clip it, I'll post it to YouTube. When I do that, I will make sure I tag you either in Fiverr or in Discord so that you know that it's up there, and I'll send it to you. So
All right, cool. Yeah. So on Fiverr, can I just like give you a review? Like, do you just close the thing and say it's?
yeah,
Do I have to do anything on my end?
yeah, I'll close it right now. When I close it, it will tell you that I closed it and will ask you to confirm that I did actually do the thing.
Okay. All
And
right,
then
cool.
it will give you room to give a review and stuff like that.
Sweet. All right. Thank you very much, man.
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Peace. Oh, that was good. That was good.
Agreed.
He kind of smurfed both the games that he played, so that's good. Okay, I have one more tomorrow, I think later on in the evening, for a literal brand new player. That one we pushed back a couple of times, but that one will be later on tomorrow. I had one that we I think I needed to cancel it for personal reasons.
I need you to read your chat, please.
Why do you have a Gatitos tab? Are those your Discord kittens? No. There's a Discord server called Los Gatitos. It's a like custom server. It's like they've got like 5 or 6 challenger players, a bunch of grandmaster players, and it's a bunch of cringers. And yeah, they play a bunch of custom games. But there's some high elo players in here, like probably 40 or 50 plus 40 or 50 master plus players. But the server's called Los Gatitos, so it is it's just a conglomeration of those people. That would be hilarious, though, to have a little box full of kittens. Nope. What I've got is a box full of streamers, other streamers, higher elo players, students, friends